on doing that.
Oh no. Just so you know, we're live on my end.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, you seem to imply that you were about to go live on your end, so I thought...
Yeah, I did. I did.
That was just
I did
what we
go
were
live.
doing.
I'm live, Joe. I'm live,
Okay,
relatively
okay.
speaking. Oh, my cat's gonna come and bother me.
Oh,
I can't deal with it today. Hi, kitty. I know. I'm gonna just hit my live screen. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm just bumping into my microphone and doing other stuff
That's fine. That's my cat bumping into my microphone.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, we got multiple castle pieces here.
Okay. Emote only off.
Oh, that's a good one to do. Let me make sure I got all my chats actually open. That's always a real winner. People like it when I read the things
what
that
they have to
diligently typed. That's It's a lot less rude if I've actually got that up where I can read it. Okay, so we're gonna.
I'm just gonna show my chat stuff. So you don't have me in your corner yet, do you?
No.
Okay. Look what came. Look what came.
Well, hold on. I don't have your stream even.
Oh,
open.
I was talking to the chat, but you can see it as well. This is my merchandise.
Oh, let me click to
this is why I didn't want to plug it. I don't want to plug my stuff on your stream because that's rude. Oh. That's why I asked if you had the thing.
Gotcha. Well, it's more that like if you run an ad that has like copyright.
I know, but it's still rude to advertise my stuff on your stream because you know you don't necessarily endorse what I've got to sell. I endorse it because it's pretty cool, but you know.
Yeah. Well, and any, just to be clear, any lack of endorsement is lack of experience with the product. You know, like I haven't physically held these pieces of merchandise, so I can't speak to their quality personally. Whereas you have them in your hand and you can.
Yes.
So
I'm just saying I am impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Snow Me, for the resub. I appreciate that. I'm impressed with the. It's pretty. I'm so excited. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's so cool, and it just. I don't like metal water bottles generally, but it just. It works for me. It works for me.
Excellent.
I'm gonna put it away, so in case you do put stuff on your screen. That's fine.
Yeah, I've got. If you have my screen up, I don't know if you can see it or not.
I don't, but then I always forget to do that, so I'm gonna do that now.
Okay.
Be aware we might get Joe in Joe commentary muted. There we go. I can see you now, Joe. Okay. Oh, the pumpkin.
Yeah, well, check this out.
What am I checking out, Joe? I'm waiting on the delay. It's fine. Hi, Cleo. Nice. Nicely done, Joe.
Thank you.
Delay.
No, we do it backwards. Yeah, but I've been playing with, I picked up a stylus over the weekend, and I've been playing with drawing software, so I can say, like, we're going to be working on this part of the castle today, and we're going to attach it over here to this one. Whoops, that's not a good arrow. You know.
Syncopated Psyche has resubscribed. Thank you very, very much. Do I buy my friends' merch? Sometimes. Very occasionally. It depends on what I'm after.
Oh, I thought the question was, do I buy my friends' merch, like, as a present?
Oh.
I was like, ooh, no. Is there merch in my future? Maybe I do need to get you that address.
If you want merch, I'm quite happy to spend some time with you, Joe, and you know, buy things from me to give to you. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I am
making my coffee. I don't know if you can hear me pouring that.
I don't know. Coffee's bad for you and also disgusting. So, you know. Well, shut up, kitty.
In fairness, like, I think coffee is like beer, where 90% of it that is, like, cheap and low end is terrible. Mm-hmm. But, like, there's 10% where the people who made it, like, actually care about what they're doing. And so, like...
People who care about their products
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Nonsense.
like, I mean, the same thing is true probably
Kitty!
of wine. I'm sure that 90% of the wine sold is, like, Franzia boxed wine. Terrible.
Oh, like, yeah, absolutely. It's like most wine. Mind you, I don't like wine particularly either, so.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. You doing okay there?
Sorry.
Was that like a cat
Yeah.
lunge?
No, that was a hype train and a 20 gift sub
Ooh.
shock. So thank you very much, Fess, for the gift subs. I do appreciate it. Have a cat. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. This is as much as you're getting. There you go. Have a cat for the 20 gift subs. You're on the mic. You're on the mic, kitty. I'm just going to put you down now. Oh, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Ow. 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 And thank you, Paleo, for the biddies. And Hype Train. So, okay, I need to do some sewing. This is what people are here for. They're here for the sewing, obviously, and not for the banter.
No. What does this look like? The crate dragon from The Mandalorian season 2? I think not. It eats a lot of bantas.
I think not. This is.
That's as far as I could take that without just. It's like, you know what? No one's gonna get this.
No one wants to get this at this point, Joe. It's fine.
No, it's fine.
Yep. Coffee is the most acceptable and used neural affecting substance in the world. Agreed. It doesn't mean it tastes good, though. It is still rank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I think it really depends on if you're, getting good coffee rather than just mass-produced. Coffee
tastes like garbage. I'm sorry. It just does. So, Oh, okay. Got an opportunity to use my candle.
12.
Joe is right. Good coffee, properly paid, is really good. No.
12-3.
I've had good coffee. Good coffee is still rank because coffee is awful. Just how it is. I'm sorry, guys. You're wrong. You're okay to be wrong. You can be wrong. It's fine. I mean, I got personally put off coffee when I was a teenager, and my form tutor used to make coffee in the classroom, and it stank, and also the taste of it is garbage. So it's okay if you're wrong, guys. It's fine. Don't all have to have the same tastes.
Okay.
Joe's just like, yeah, I'm just letting this go. It's fine.
It's one of those things. Like, I'm not gonna win this.
No, of course you can't.
So, like, I'm not like arguing people's tastes with them is a dead end.
No, I get it.
So I'm just okay. So that's 12-1. 12.
Go away.
That's 11-9. Is these stairs? Where does 11-9 go?
Stop kissing.
Or this wedge?
Steal my face. I love you, but you'll go away. I cuddled you all morning, like literally all morning. What are you doing to me?
Well, the cat clearly just assumes that there's never going to be an end to cuddle time now.
Well, yeah. Now I've stopped doing the craft, and now she's cuddling.
Okay, so this tiny little wedge piece bizarrely goes in this corner here.
So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stream, guys, because my face hurts like a lot.
Now that was because of the skateboarding, right?
Yeah, the crash into my face, which the hospital and all that sort of stuff. That it was painful. Show the cat. I can't show the cat. Cat is now gone.
Yeah, I told Cleo the only ollie we need is twist.
Did I listen? I did not.
Oh, I should have said Mumbo. Dang it. My dad always calls Mumbo Ollie, and I never know who he's talking about. Because my dad was his handler when he was at the signing here. and he introduced himself as Ollie. And so, like, my dad will just be randomly talking about, I saw Ollie on the internet the other day. And I'll be like, who the heck is Ollie? Like, just...
Oh, your boy Toy, thank you for the 1,000 biddies and the 86 biddies. And Sanastratus has resubscribed. Thank you very, very much. There are still no exits. Enjoy your time.
I'm being asked, what is my favorite Hermitcraft starter base? Probably Squirtle.
Yeah. No, I'm more a Bulbasaur.
Unsurprising.
I'll be honest. That feels offensive, but okay.
Well, I mean, Bulbasaur really blossoms later.
You say I haven't blossomed, Joe?
No, I'm just saying it took some time.
When are you going to blossom, Joe? I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I know. Everyone is. Luckily, your folk are good at queuing.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't say your folk, you'd say you lot.
You lot, yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like a weird thing that you've just picked up.
What? It's weird that it took me, like, decades of watching Doctor Who to finally realize you say you lot instead of y'all, or you folks. No, I mean, I just don't consciously internalize these things.
Mr. Hardluck cheered biddies, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are appreciated here. Mostly because my face can't do anything except say thanks.
Yay.
Yay.
Is this your first stream or recording since the procedure?
Since the procedure, yeah.
I feel like it sounds more dramatic if the procedure.
I mean, it wasn't dramatic. It was just long and with lots of pressure. Like, seriously, they my mouth opens a normal amount, but it wasn't good enough. So my lower jawbone was basically forced downwards, and it hurt, and I was not happy with this.
No, that does not sound like a fun time had by all.
It was not. I mean, it had to be done, but it's like...
Okay. I'm looking at
we
these...
need the face story. I had dentist work. That's the face story. Smiling causes Cleo pain. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, well then... Yeah.
Joe's just sort of like, yeah, but how can I...
No, I'm still like on the trying to figure out if I can salvage this skateboarding story, and I'm like, no, we've moved on.
We've moved on, and it's better for you, Joe, if you also move on. So
no, that's what I'm doing my best.
We appreciate you doing your best. So
okay, I think I might be missing some pieces here, which is unsurprising because it's been like a week and I didn't actually put everything away properly this time. So like they might have like blown around the room when the fan was on. Let me go check under the table. We've
confirmed Cleo has a face, that's all. No, we've only confirmed that she has a mouth with
that's
teeth.
The camera.
I have a mouth with teeth. I have a face of a certain description, I suppose. Just got back from dental work. The local anaesthetic hasn't even worn off yet. I spent like a good 4 hours yesterday with an itch inside my face that would not be scratched because I couldn't feel my face.
Well, it's good that you had the opportunity to buy local.
So, yeah, okay. I may have scraped my chin quite a lot, yesterday. So that is also sore because of that dang itch. So,
where does this?
Because we don't know if she smiles, she may not have lips. I may not have lips. Although making P sounds for lips is really difficult if you don't. So, Okay,
so this piece I think is done. This piece I think attaches somehow to... Oh! It goes like
Have you just have a revelation? It feels like you've had a revelation.
Yeah. Okay, so I figured out how some of these pieces attach, and they're going to take a while to glue. So now I have something to do for a bit. I'm gonna go ahead though, and I'm gonna take down this setting up stream sign with the magic of drawing tablets. Do 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 do.
Take down the setting up stream sign because
Yep.
for once Joe has finished setting up his stream.
I'm gonna hide the pumpkin too.
But it's a pumpkin, Joe.
No.
Are you not Oh, I can't do that voice. I took off the OWO voice because I've now got a redemption for OWO voice.
Yeah, but if your face hurts.
But my face hurts, so I took it off for today. So no OWO voice for you guys.
Why can I not draw on it?
Sucks to be you.
I don't want to draw on a hidden lip. Draw on this.
After I had my wisdom teeth out because of TMJ, my face swelled so much I looked like Hey Arnold. Oh, Chris. Morning, NJ. Dante, resubscribed. Haven't found your way out yet. There are exits. You're not going to be able to find them because I hide them quite well. But don't expect to leave, like, ever. Ever. Oh, no, I genuinely can't do that voice.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep pushing yourself so hard.
Joe, you're not one to talk for pushing yourself.
Oh.
You kind of set the bar on that one, honey. You have a few more months before your wisdom teeth come out. Thanks, braces. I had 2 of my wisdom teeth out because they wouldn't stop growing. They basically, and I can do this on camera now. I've told this story before. Like the top one, hang on camera. Top ones wouldn't stop growing. So this is my bottom jaw. This is my top jaw. It came down and it was locking my jaw in place. So I had to have the top ones removed because they didn't stop. So
I'm replacing the setting up stream with an exclamation or an explanation that you hurt your mouth.
Yeah, that's why. You got all 5 of your wisdom teeth taken out.
I got all mine taken out in one go. I don't know if there's.
But how do you have 5?
I think most people only have 4 though.
I mean, I suppose that's part of the reason why you got them taken out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realise my teeth were so big because I just thought it was normal to be able to just lock your jaw in place by putting your teeth together. So it took me some years to get them sorted out. Because I didn't realise it was not normal. You had an extra mini one on one side. Oh, was it going out sideways? I've had friends like that, and that's just sort of like, whoa. That's like Tooth Horror Story.
I'm having fun with the being able to write my words instead of having to use fonts. I don't know if you can see that, Cleo.
I can turn over.
I'm arguably having way too much fun with it.
Have a look. Cleo hurt her mouth. I can see it if I click over to you.
Yay.
But...
Yeah, you don't have to keep it over there. I just...
Yeah.
Like, look at what fun we're having.
Look at the fun. The fun.
Look at the fun. It's not necessarily at your expense because you have government health care. But...
Well, I actually went private. I mean, we for dentistry, we have tiers of health care. So, like, the most you'll ever spend is like 200 and like 30, I think it is.
Yeah.
But I actually went private at my NHS dentist because he says, look, this is what the NHS would let me do with you. Okay. However, there is a better procedure which I can do away from the NHS, which is actually going to be cheaper for you. So if you go private with me for that procedure, because I'm still NHS with him, then it will be like 50 quid cheaper and better for you. No, kitty, no.
That sounds better.
It was. Hello. Why are you like this, kitty? Why are you like this? Minchies, mouse cheered biddies. Kitty, I appreciate you, but away from the mic. You can come on the camera all you like, but stay away from... No. Now you have to go.
Oh no.
Or you can just sit in my arms like this forever. She's chosen to do neither.
That's a bold move, Captain. Dear glue, please hold.
Okay. We're going to move the mic up here a little bit. It's fine. Kitty AMSR.
Probably shouldn't have tried to do all of these at the same time. I was like, but I think... So there's some things where it's like, oh, okay, I'll glue one tab and then I'll move on. But in some cases, it's like, this will only work if I do the whole thing at once.
Mm-hmm. Kitty, no.
So instead I've got like 8 different tabs that I'm holding at an awkward angle underneath here.
There we go. You're away from the mic. I can leave it alone. Atlas, joke's on you. I choose chaos. I mean, she does. She does. Yeah. She's very pretty, but she's a pain. I'm not letting you go over there. So you have 2 choices. No, that's not one of them. This choice is over. There you go. Down you go. Into the plastic bags. That's where you go.
That's always fun for cats.
I mean, yeah, she really enjoys it. You can tell. She does not enjoy it. Kitty loves. I mean, she does love. There was a thing about cat attachment styles, and that they have sort of like similar attachment styles to like babies and dogs, and sort of like because secure attachment is basically they're just sort of like they need their parent, but they're happy to sort of go off on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a secure attachment style. So they'll go and find something if it's interesting. Mm-hmm. So, for example, me being over here for a bit is interesting for her. So she's relatively securely attached. She is still a pain, though. She's now exploring the part of my room that is usually blocked up by monitors. So it's fine. This is fine. I chose the third way. No, she didn't. She chose poorly. By the way, I've started to ignore the pattern now for this bit because it doesn't matter. It's just sort of like make things in this general area. So I did.
So it's like just like, oh, this is the background blue and white. It's not.
Yeah.
It's generic snowfield. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. So this blue is both this lighter blue and this darker blue, but this bit is 2 strands instead of 1 strand. So I'm just making it up as I go along.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool.
So.
Yeah,
I am cool, Joe. I am.
And popular.
I mean, I won't go that far. I do all right.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where it's like now when people say, oh, you know, the popular folks like ZombieCleo, and they can point to your, Twitch numbers, and you're like, oh no, I am popular. My identity is shattered.
I wouldn't say I'm popular. I would say that...
I don't know. Are you well regarded by the people? I think you're well regarded by the people.
I don't think I am. I think I'm seen as some sort of chaos gremlin by the people.
People, though. You know what was also popular, Cleo? The film Gremlins.
I guess.
Potentially for very similar reasons.
Wow. Thank you, Mini Cheese Mouse, for the bitty, and Darkons Gaming has subscribed. Welcome to the Horde. If you look to your left and to your right, you will see there are no exits. Throw some hands if you got them. We are a cult following. Oh no, that makes me a cult leader, and I'm not really a...
Yeah, my custody attorney made it very clear that I am not allowed to be misconstrued as a cult leader. That is very bad for a paternity case.
I don't have children, so I suppose that's okay for me.
Yeah.
Thank you for Sylvanta for giving out a community gift sub. That's very appreciated. And thank you, Mini Cheese Mouse, for the biddies. It is all appreciated. Chaos Gremlins can also be popular. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They can. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Because, have you seen what they do to people? Gremlins, that is.
Yeah, they made a bulldozer go through one guy's house.
They threw a lady off a thing with her mobility aid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just not good.
Her stairwell elevator.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was a gremlin, which I'm not.
You would specifically target old rich ladies?
I mean, just old rich people in general, I think.
Okay. It's not like a gender thing.
No. It's old and rich. Mm-hmm. You know? Eat the rich is what I'm saying. Okay. As a gremlin. Not as a human, but as a gremlin.
Does this connect like this? I'm trying to figure out still how this weird thing connects, and I keep thinking I've almost figured it out, but I have no idea. I have no idea how this connects with this other part. Like, none of these pieces really seem to logically fit together.
I mean, I felt like that about the whole castle. Yeah, how does this logically fit together? And the answer, I'm going to tell you this now, Joe, now that I figured it out, is it doesn't. And anything we do is doomed to failure. Oh, did you see Doc going around to people's bases?
No, what's he doing?
And he looked at our castle, and then he said, "Oh, that's castle Neunschens something." And I'm just like, "That's not the castle.
That's a different castle,
Doc. You picked the wrong castle."
Yeah.
That I think it's the Cinderella fairy tale one.
Yeah.
That he said that we distinctly said no, not that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he picked. He said, "Oh, it's that one. It's not that one."
I mean, like, here's the thing though: is part of our brand is that Doc is incorrect, so it's like we rib Asuma, and we all know Doc is wrong, and we move on with our lives.
People corrected him in his comment section. Like Doc reads his comments.
No, there's nobody that cares less.
Yeah.
Okay, so this definitely goes here. So 12-3 goes here, but that makes me think...
He liked the comment. Oh. Maybe he does.
Wow. I suspect I'm missing a wall piece somewhere.
That seems something like you would do.
Yeah.
Which of the mobs did you like? I don't care enough about the mobs. I mean, people go, "Oh, it's just sort of like you need to choose the what is it?"
Well, I think the Yakuza is the most interesting because Asians are historically underrepresented in Minecraft.
They're underrepresented in mob boss gangs as well, apparently.
So yeah, I'm voting for the Yakuza.
Cleo, you have nice hands. No. I'm not doing this because I have nice hands. I'm doing this because, everybody deserves a little scrud person to look up to.
Okay.
Particularly when doing crafts. Obey the scruds.
Does it go?
How many? This is a 2-strand one. If you look, hang on. These ones, there's a darker blue here. These darker stitches are 2-ply, and this bit is 1. So it's shading without the need for changing colours, is what it is. The copper golem is great. I mean, here's the thing. Even if I was to say, yes, pick this one, it really depends on what Minecraft YouTuber of the month decides that they want their fans to vote for.
These don't connect at all. Okay, I feel way better about this now. These don't connect at all. They connect like 8 steps later through 15 intermediary pieces.
They aren't even your hands. We know you stole them.
Yeah, these are her VTuber hands.
Yeah, I kind of I'm sort of half debating getting some little where is it down here, like a little figure down here. Is that? Hang on. Is there something on my screen down there? I run a very, very small screen when I'm streaming.
Yeah, it says subscribers and stuff. Oh, that reminds me. I need to thank our first tipper of the morning, Mr. Hardluck.
Yay!
Who says, because I love supporting you and getting attention, do you remember what day today is? Well, I know that 20 minutes after midnight, it was Mr. Hardluck's birthday. And so now, 9 hours and 2 minutes after midnight, I suspect it is still Mr. Hardluck's birthday.
Oh,
so
you see, Joe loves you.
Yep.
Because he remembers.
So yeah, I can sing you.
Remember.
I can sing you the birthday song from The Simpsons, since I already sang you Feliz Cumpleaños last night. You're the birthday boy or girl. You're the birthday boy or girl. That's all the words I know.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Hardlock.
It's the subscribers for today. Oh yeah, that's okay. So that's what that thing is. That's fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I want to get like a little. Now I don't know if because I can make like model me's like the things like I do for thumbnails, like the high res things.
Yeah.
So I could do like a series of them for like VTubing and just have them sort of sitting in the corner, and then I can press a button and go, "This is my shocked face," and you know.
Well, or Cleo, you could get a tablet like I did, and then just draw. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna draw my mock-up of here's Cleo in the lower corner of my screen.
Oh, this I have to see.
And let's see. We're gonna go back here to white. We're gonna lower that a little bit, and she's gonna be smiling. Yay! What a happy Cleo.
Doesn't seem realistic.
It does not seem very realistic. No, we'll give her more fierce eyebrows.
Angry eyebrows.
And we'll give her blood dripping from her mouth. It looks like a beard, but
I mean, you know,
blood.
Does look like a beard though, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
Don't lie.
Or now it looks like a party dress. There's enough blood. Sufficient quantities of blood are indistinguishable from a party dress.
You're not wrong, Joe. I wish you were, but you're not. Imagine going to a party. Do you like my party dress? It's coagulated blood. Hey, JT.
Okay.
I think I could pull that off. Ah. You're making a VTubing model right now. I mean, I'm more into like VTubing models freak me out. I have a real uncanny valley thing going on. So it's the premise of the movie Carrie, I suppose it is. So I don't think I could ever do like VTube. I can't even really watch VTubing, but I could do ping tubing, which is just like 2 or 3 images down here. You didn't offend me. What? What did you do? That's fine. You've seen Carrie that face. I always feel sorry for Carrie. It's just sort of like, oh.
I haven't actually seen it, but
she just wanted to be loved. Don't we all just want to be loved?
I was gonna say, what color are your Minecraft characters' eyes? But I realize they're green, and they will get chromed out. So
they are very, very green.
They're very green.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's gonna get chromed out.
What's VTubing? VTubing is like making a virtual YouTuber. I mean, X has done it. So there's just sort of like a character that's in there instead of you reacting, which I'm quite happy to do. I'm quite happy to just push a button and go, no, I'm sad now.
Yeah, I made a sad one so people can see what you would look like if there was a picture of you being sad in the corner.
You see?
It's all very doable.
It's a thing, you know.
Morning, Firecraft.
I felt sorry for the actors in the remake of Carrie. That is also fair.
Yeah, it's easy to feel bad for the actors in the remake of anything. It's like, oh, if you'd been born at the right time, you could have been the original James Kirk. Could have gone up in space on a Blue Origin rocket and been in, I don't know, Law and Order or something. They could have made fun of you in Galaxy Quest. Instead, you're Chris Pine, your voice in Spider-Man, in the Spider-Man multiverse movie or whatever. Have fun with that, Chris Pine. Poor guy.
Poor guy. Oh.
Did Chris Pine date Wonder Woman? Was he in the Wonder Woman movie?
I don't even know who Chris Pine is. I'm not gonna lie.
He's the only reason I know his name is because okay, the only thing I can think of that had a remake where I actually knew the names of the actors was Star Trek. Cleo looks like she wanted to go clubbing and ended up at a multi-level marketing party instead in the picture I drew of you.
I would never go to an MLM, not gonna lie.
You know, here's the thing though, Cleo. At the same time, I could see you being like, but at the same time, Joe, if you buy 10 of these Hydrate water bottles and you sell them to 10 friends,
you would still make me more money, which is how it works.
Which is how it works, yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't even advertised them on my channel yet, so, you know. I feel like I'm being fairly circumspect with my merch. I also don't like to think I'm going too hard, you know, with it, because it's just sort of like, I like a soft sell. I mean, not in Minecraft. In Minecraft, I'm going to sell Hydrate like nobody's business, but in real life, I just sort of like, well, yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad hawking my merch. That's just launching an MLM, not joining an MLM. I could launch an MLM. I'm not going to because they're predatory and horrific. If any of your friends are in MLMs, just, you know, ask them about the pyramid-shaped structure they have joined.
It's an inverted sales funnel, Cleo.
Making Hydrate and MLM on the Hermitcraft would be funny. Well, now I have ideas.
Yeah.
I do have ideas. Our model is a trapezoid. Which means there are 2 directors instead of 1. Found your merch link completely by accident. I mean, the next episode of Hermitcraft, it's gonna. I've like done a map with the logo on it, so you know. So I am going to be selling it, but you know how it goes. My friend tried to get me into one. She went over everything with me, and I'm like, you realise this is a pyramid scheme, right? And she apologised later. I mean, yeah, I mean...
I'm drawing you with a bunch of money signs now.
If only.
And
if only.
You got a big smile. Although, it seems like the money signs, these aren't thick enough to show up on the screen. I gotta...
You're just bummed you missed the plushie.
Wait, you guys don't use money signs, right? So, like, this is wrong. It's more like a fancier L.
Fancier L. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Is that it? It looks like kind of like the international wheelchair symbol.
What, Joe? What is?
Is that the pound symbol?
That's it. That's close.
Is it close? I'm doing that from memory.
Close enough, yeah.
Oh man, every time I buy something in pounds, I'm like, oh, that seems expensive. And then I get the American conversion, and I'm like, what? That's even more dang it.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, apparently. Yes. I should stop buying things in England.
You really should, because it's really expensive to buy things here.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Even more so since we, you know, the EU.
Yeah.
You all don't use money signs. Joe, no. Joe, we don't use dollar signs. There's a difference. It's true.
That doesn't mean that I'm sophisticated enough to understand that difference.
Isn't Makers usually on a Wednesday? Yes, but I had, like, tooth stuff to do. So we switched it. It was going to be on Tuesday, but Joe had, like, for once, stuff to do on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so usually Tuesday is my free experimental streaming morning, but I was coming back from East Tennessee, and
then I announced it, and then he was just like, no, Cleo, no, take down the tweet.
I messed up.
Take down the tweet. It's fine.
Did I screw up my schedule this Tuesday? No. It's the children who were wrong. Also Cleo.
It's usually me. To be honest, it's usually me. To be fair, I did warn you about it like 3 weeks ago. And then we just forgot until like Saturday.
Yeah, that sounds plausible. That sounds like something you would warn me about that I would forget. But I don't remember you warning me about it and then me forgetting. So I'm going to assume that maybe didn't happen.
actually true, Joe. But you know what? I'm just going to pretend that your memory is better than you think it is.
Oh no, my memory is worse than I think it is. But the dangerous thing about my memory is I'm bad at realizing exactly how bad it is, so I can't calibrate to counter it effectively. I'm like, oh, I'm sure it's not that bad. I mean, I know it's bad, but it's not that bad. And then I don't take sufficient measures to route around the damage.
Yeah, I've managed to get myself a little like weekly planner of things that I need to do. So I'm getting more organized as I get into this full-time gig. Yeah. It's only been 3 months, so you know. Once the merch store lets me order two things at doesn't it let you order 2 things at once? Because I was able to order 2 things at once, even though they came in separate packaging.
People are saying that my pound sign does not look like a very usable wheelchair. It's very impractical.
It's not a usable wheelchair, but it is a pound sign. So
well, like I think maybe
either your assumption of pound signs is wrong, or your assumption of wheelchairs is wrong. And to be honest, one of those is scarier than the other.
Does Derpcoin have a little symbol? Or is it just a dumb face?
No, we should make it one.
No, I think it does have one. It has like a face that's got the eyes going in opposite directions. That doesn't read very well on the.
No.
I'm gonna try again.
We could use the old Deutschmark symbol for it. Just really throw everyone off.
Deutschcoin. I think it's like this.
Maybe you're right. You just reminded me to add something to his calendar. Yeah, I suppose that helps. You got 3 things and only the mug came separately. The long sleeve and the zip up got there together. Hey! I also got some Hydrate leggings because why not, right? I just think it's hilarious. So didn't get a t-shirt, but I did get the leggings.
What color are they?
Good. The leggings are white with the logo. Like it's got, and I'm gonna just. It's got this down one leg and then this down the other leg, and I just think it's great.
Are you gonna wear that to the gym?
Might do.
Okay. I drew a picture for anybody who's curious what they look like.
They are workout leggings, and they are very good. What did you do?
I drew a picture of the leggings. Ooh. Now they're floating around. Although you can see the like transform box that I'm using to drag them with.
Gonna get one of the tank tops and the beach towel. The beach towel is really good. This is the thing. I don't want to be the only person that buys my own merchandise.
I can flip them left and right. Oh, that's cool. Hold on. I can make it look like they're dancing by flipping them left and right.
Hey, speak of the devil and they shall appear. Hello, Cameron and Cameron's raid. I appreciate you. Thank you for turning up.
Hey, thank you Zebulon C as well for tipping 5, who says, passed out a little early last night. Hope the rest of the stream went well. Glad to be back to tune in while I'm working. Glad to have you back, Zebulon C. That puts us 10 away from our first face camera expansion of the stream. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat.
How was your stream? Are you playing Rainbow Billy again?
Rainbow Billy?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just not a game for me, you know? So I've been sitting that one out. Sorry, honey. It's amazing. I believe you.
Is it a sequel to Rainbow Six? Is Billy like British slang for 7? Like Bobby is police and Billy is 7? I don't know how this thing's work.
It's a, I'm gonna say, puzzle game with kind of a like you get friends and they fight for you kind of thing, with color and cute and.
Gotcha.
You know, and it's not for me, mostly because of the cute. But
yeah, see, I'm too adorable. I don't want to like anything. I would make that game's artist feel bad by having it near my face. because it wouldn't look as cute in comparison. Also, thank you to Galdavik for tipping 5, who says, you are certainly having fun with your new toy, Joe. I try. Thank you. That puts us 5 away from the next expansion. Appreciate it.
Therapy, but gamified. Yeah, we all need therapy. The silence in that thing was just like, yeah. It's good for mental health. I did find a game that I do want to stream. I might stream it later. Depends on how long the Hermitcraft. I don't even know if I'm ready to deal with the meeting this afternoon. I might do it after. I might stream it after the meeting. It's called.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
Oh no. Well, what?
I forgot about that.
You forgot about the meeting.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday, Joe. I'm sorry. I want to go to the gym before the meeting as well, and I want to stream this game, so I might have to do a late stream. To be fair, though, I didn't wake up until midday because I couldn't sleep last night.
Oh no!
So my face hurt.
Ouch! I'm sorry.
That's all right. Mental health is important. It is. It is arguably the most important, I would say. You slept great for what you slept. Am I okay? Oh no, yeah, I just had like dentistry done, and my face hurts, so it'll go away. It's less today.
That sounds like you're the victim. You had some dentistry done to you, not like dentistry done with you. You weren't like a willing participant.
I didn't participate. It was definitely done to me. I'm assuming most of your sleeping troubles relating to stuff. Yeah, the anaesthetic also threw me through a loop.
Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff.
Oh, poor Anna.
Yeah, like there was I forget, they put me on some sort of opioid painkiller when I got my wisdom teeth out, and I just like hated it. I was like, how do people get addicted to this stuff? This is miserable. Like, yeah, I know. I stopped taking it as soon as like I could bear the pain, because I was just like, this is not great. I don't like this.
Yeah, I got a present the other day because my friend Corpse just sends me random stuff that they think I like. And what is the one wood that I hate, Joe?
Acacia.
I have a Chacha-wood coasters.
Oh. I actually just bought coasters the other day too, but I can't show them on stream.
Thanks, Corpse. They are good though. They are really nice. They're nice quality. I do appreciate them. But you had to pick the Chacha-wood.
Clearly.
I mean, to be fair, that's what you would do to me, Joe.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I don't remember what will hurt you. So, like...
Wow. That hurts, Joe.
I know.
That's what hurts me.
Yeah, I don't bother... Like, I had to really sit and think, like, which wood does Cleo complain about? Okay.
Beanwood.
It wasn't like, oh yeah, I've got this in my back pocket to upset Cleo all the time.
I mean, no, you just do it... To be fair, you don't do it intentionally.
No, and I now that you mentioned it, I did use acacia in some of the roofs, but like... I
did notice that. I didn't say anything, and I didn't burn them down.
Well, I didn't do it. I didn't do it to be annoying or anything. I just thought it would look good with the black.
It's fine.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but as I put more windows in, that black roof, like originally it contrasted really harshly against the sandstone, but it looks
so much better now.
And better the more windows go in.
I need to do some work on the roof edges.
Yeah.
A Chacha works in moderation. It just gets overused. I'm not a fan of orange, so you know.
Yeah, I'm not either in general, because that's like so orange is the school color of the University of Tennessee, which I did not attend, and so there's a lot of orange around here. It gets kind of overdone.
Yeah, it started with the beanwood and then spent ages finding out how something you wouldn't immediately fling out the window. I hate you so much, of course. I'll. There will be revenge. There will be revenge on Saturday, Corpse. So, see, I'm going into London with Corpse on Saturday, and I'll be honest, it's the first time I've really met anyone socially in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yay.
Cake-based revenge. If you want cake, I'll get you a cake. It's fine. Not a fan of. You see, I'm okay with the bark of a chatterwood, but yeah, the sounds like it'd be fun. It should be fun. I mean, you know, socializing with people who aren't online is nice.
I saw an American werewolf in London yesterday.
Did you report him to animal control?
No, because I didn't know the number. Apparently it's different over there.
You see, that was your first mistake.
Yeah. Different numbers.
Scratches out London on the list of possible Cleo residences.
Strablo says, Joe, which is more prevalent, orange clothing or playing Rocky Top at tourists? Here's the thing, is I don't mind the song Rocky Top. It's not my school's song, but it's not a bad song. It's about shooting feds who are trespassing on your property. That's fine. Like, you know. Are you familiar? Do you have the song Rocky Top over there, Cleo?
Not that I know of, no.
Oh, yeah, it's a song about like living up on a mountain, making bootleg whiskey and moonshine and shooting at feds. And it's the school song of the University of Tennessee. But yeah, I don't mind that song. Some people get tired of it, but it's got a good beat to it, and it's fun. It's a comedy song kind of, which makes it a good. It's got a lot of heart.
Yeah. It's definitely a Tennessee song.
Oh yeah.
It's the most Tennessee thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, we don't like authority very much.
I mean, does anybody like I'm Drunk and Have a Gun, the musical?
You'd be surprised. No, there was this thing where the people, like some of the suits at NASCAR tried to do this sort of like salute to our policeman thing. And like NASCAR was founded by bootleggers like who were showing off how they had modified normal looking cars to go super fast to get away from the cops when they were loaded up with liquor that was illegal at the time. And it's like a bunch of the drivers basically revolted and were like, no, this whole endeavor is about saying screw the police. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like they're trying to be political. I like authority, that's why I seize it whenever possible.
There you go. Strablo says...
I can't think of...
Oh, go on.
Sorry, go for it. Go for it.
Strablo says, my family used to go to Tennessee a lot for vacation. Every show we went to played Rocky Top. Everyone. Well, it's a popular song. I mean, you know.
See, what I was going to say is I was going to say that I can't think of anything worse than being given authority, because that means you're responsible. And the worst part is there are people who look for authority who don't realise that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part about it. Didn't NASCAR also have a driver who had the Confederate Participation Trophy?
Yeah, they had a bunch of problems.
They've got a brand. That's all I'm saying. They've got a brand.
Yeah, I went to a board gaming convention recently that normally would rent an entire hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, so this year we could only rent a third of the hotel. So there's a few other groups. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure that won't be too bad. It's like middle school hockey tournament. So there's just middle school hockey players running up and down the stairs all the time. Mm-hmm. There's a 50th anniversary high school reunion, which is a bunch of old people. And then the Daughters of the Confederacy. So you have a bunch of old people with Confederate flags, and then young guys with like muskets and bayonets and stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Oh wow!
Like I really preferred when the pre-COVID years when we could rent the entire hotel for this.
That sounds like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, this is how derailed we got on our last call, Cleo. Is that we got through the Josephine Hill story, but then we were so busy oh-woing, we didn't get to the hockey players and Confederates.
I mean, I think I would have rather the oh-woing, to be honest.
Yeah, no, the oh-woing was a lot more fun. Oh, I was able to read the entire Cask of Amontillado last night without saying Amontillado or Fortunato.
Thank you, Ninja Bob, for subscribing for 3 months. My goodness, you're sure you're gonna like this for a while, aren't you? It's good to have you here. Everybody, throw some hands if you got them. If you don't got them, I mean, I can probably throw some hands. Let me see.
Oh, dang it. Dale Fernie says, I just renovated my bathroom because it was yellow tiled. Gotta love the 70s. Now I keep wanting to say renovate. Dang it.
See, I told you I could throw some hands. That's fine. Go back to chat.
Okay.
If you don't got them, throw someone else's. I know, right?
Okay, so this is not...
People always forget that part. Cleo, why? Because it's funny. Because I wanted to. Because my face hurts and I get to do what I want today. Yeah. That's how that works.
Well, thank you for wanting to hang out with me.
Joe, I always want to hang out with you. It's just usually not possible.
I know. We need to, we still need to sort out... I sent Impulse a message saying when we both get back from our trips this weekend, we need to round up about that Among Us thing. If, so... Maybe let's put that on the meeting agenda for today.
I mean, is Impulse going to be there? Because, you know...
I think he's back. I saw him on the server.
Okay. It's Be Nice to Cleo Day.
Yeah.
See? It's Be Nice to Cleo
okay,
Day.
so meeting topics. Love Tropics. Wants to know who... wants to
Doubt face pain
involved.
Is prerequisite for Cleo doing what she wants. Cleo does what she wants. Cleo is a honey badger. Apparently.
Okay, Love Tropics wants to know who wants to be involved to Among Us. Group Hermits play Among Us.
I went to a network conference that shared one day with I'm not kidding, military equipment conference for non-NATO countries. Number of generals and metal detectors was interesting.
Non-NATO. That just sounds like an open-air arms fair.
Yeah,
it just sounds like something out of the film Lord of War, starring Nicolas Cage, mostly as himself.
That's the horrifying part. Impulse was streaming yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. I watch movies like that, and I'm just like, oh, that just seems so much simpler. It's like, as inconvenient as it is for him to, like, smuggle all of these weapons out of Eastern Europe and dodge Interpol and stuff, I'm like, you know, I just feel like he has a lot more control over his life and his schedule than I do. I kind of...
So on a scale of 1 to I told you so, Lizzie, how much fire do you expect tomorrow? I feel like they're expecting fire. So I don't know. It depends on what I can get away with. I need to resupply tomorrow. Aku Inu resubscribed for 5 months. Jeez, hi. I'm always surprised when people come, not only come, but come back. Ooh. You know?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, indeed.
I've got a question here. How are you doing personally, Joe Hills? You know what? I don't want to answer a question that's that personal.
It is personal. I know how Joe Hills is doing, and I'll tell you.
Oh, no.
I would never do that. I would never do that. I mean, I would. But, you know, no. Not today, apparently.
Not while my mouth hurts.
Wondering how they managed to leave. We have no exits. Some people just crawl up out of the hole that they come back in. They really have to struggle to leave, I'm afraid, Cam. bursting to share your personal good news. Final stage of your annual medical review today. Summed up with 2 sentences. Are you sure you're diabetic? And I'll sign off a few jelly babies a month. Yay! Reversing diabetes. Hooray!
Yay.
Arena Snow resubscribed and says, I can't leave. You can't. It's true. Surprised, but it's fun here. I mean, that's the surprising part. People find it fun.
Okay, so 13-2, 12-3, and 13-1. Oh my gosh.
I have officially done with the background stitching. Hey, you resubscribed. Putting the kettle on what one? No, I don't like hot drinks. I've got my hydrate water bottle. I can drink from the water. But thank you for the offer. I mean, unless you're making hot chocolate, I'll do that. That's literally the only thing, the hot drink I'll drink. We're all mad here about sums this up. I know, right? Oh, Cam, I figured out how to do ping tubing stuff with my Minecraft skin. So I'll talk to you about it later. I did chat about it earlier, but, you know. You glued all the doors shut. I mean, it's not that they're glued. It's that you don't want to go where they open to. It's worse. Is that why you glued them shut? Ovaltine is life. Ugh. Now you see, there was oh god, there was a song. I mean, there's the Ovaltine song, which was, you know, popular when my parents were children, so like 70 years ago. Which when I went to Butlins on holiday with my parents, that they used to put on for the kids, which was, you know, weird even then. But there was a comic strip thing called the Ovaltine song, and that is the song that I cannot ever get out of my head. So, you know, welcome back, Cam. I've got work for you to do.
Unfortunately, we don't have that here.
So, yeah, I don't want to sing it because it's political in nature. So.
Okay.
I mean, not the Ovaltine song. It was an advert. So. Right.
I mean, some old advertisements can be pretty insensitive, so.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. So, hang on. Is it in black? Okay, it's in black in 2 strands. Okay, so black. We are the Ovaltines, happy girls and boys.
Wow.
Yep. That was the song. But I will not do any more because I know my limits.
Yeah, so people in my chat are still talking about renovating homes from the 70s. I will say, when I was looking at buying condos, one of the ones that I was the most, like, I don't know, kind of frustrated by the idea of buying. It was one of the cheaper ones, but it had just been remodeled. And all the remodeling choices were bad. Like the thing is, I would feel better about buying a place and remodeling it if it hadn't been, like, updated in 40 years or 50 years, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, they just put in new sinks this year.
Badly.
But they're the ugliest, like, fake gold, like, everything looks like it's out of some sort of, like, movie making fun of rich people. You know, if that makes any sense?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
And I was like, this is the gaudiest apartment, and it's also the most affordable, or condo, and I'm deeply upset about this. Because it's like, this is the one that I can afford, and, like, I could actually afford to renovate because I'm not going completely broke to get the place, but, like, everything in it is both hideous and brand new. So it feels like I'm just, like, ecologically being wasteful throwing out a 1-year-old sink, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, no. No, that would upset me. That would upset me. I mean, I've been looking at houses, and it's sort of like, it's just sort of like, okay, you've recently renovated it, and that's the choice you made. You made that choice.
Yeah. Yeah, like, people making bad choices 50 years ago is expected.
Yeah.
And, but, like, I could live in, like, if I moved into a place that was like from the 70s, super dated, everything needed to be upgraded. If people came and visited me, oh, this is your new place. Oh, wow, I can see you got some work to do. But if everything is brand new and hideous, it's like, they don't know if I made those choices or not. Right?
Yeah.
And in fact, to some level, I almost would want to claim that I had. I would just want to really lean into it and, like, find esoteric justifications for each choice. These gold lion head sink spouts. I was really inspired by MGM. They have that lion at the beginning of their films. Poltergeist, in particular, has that lion right there at the beginning. And I thought, what if I want to get a pool someday? It would be cool to be reminded of the film Poltergeist. Every time I think about getting a pool.
Oh, Joe.
Not that you can get a not that you can put in a pool at a condo, but core concept.
But I know.
Dumb explanations would be.
It's a very Joe thing to want to do.
Well, like I said, I feel bad because, like, who am I gonna sell these incredibly ugly fixtures to? Nobody. They're gonna get scrapped and wasted. It's the energy required to melt them down and recast them is non-trivial. Like,
yeah, you're not wrong. I just wish you were.
Yeah. So I hope that somebody buys that condo who really just loves that aesthetic and is happy with it for another 30 years, because all of those fixtures probably have another 30 years in them.
That's the worst part, isn't it? It's just sort of like all those ugly things that people enjoy.
Yeah.
Someone's got to love them, because if someone doesn't love them, they're being made for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Our cat scratched the hallway to the extent that the original Victorian wallpaper was underneath, and it's apparently illegal to remove without a license. Oh, wow. I suppose that's because of, like, either... Well, no, that would be because of the arsenic.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That would be because of the arsenic badger. Yeah. There is a non-zero chance that you've got arsenic in your house. Sorry to say. Because, yeah, all the greens on the wallpaper. Arsenic and asbestos. Ah! The double whammy of joy.
Yeah, is that those A-levels y'all are always talking about?
There's a reason why we need them. Ugh. Damn Victorians, you ruined England.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, doctors used to prescribe, like, a change of air for all sorts of things. It's like, oh, if you just go out in the country... But it's like, oh, it turns out that if you're just not being constantly poisoned by factories and wallpaper,
Yeah, I mean, Victorian homes are scary. Genesis get Hell's Gate has resubscribed. I'm here and I got 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, I feel ya. I got 6 or 7 today. So, sometimes just you need more sleep, and it's okay to take naps. Oh, I've got to go to the gym after this. Mercury is medicine.
You are going to be back in time for the meeting, though, right? Like, you're not gonna leave me hanging on that, right? Please.
Please come to the meeting so that I don't have to experience it.
Well, no, I mean, I'm gonna come, but, like, the thing is that, like,
I'll be back for the meeting.
Okay.
I might not be saying much because...
No, that's fine. Just as somebody else who's just starting out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it will be helpful to have your
insight.
Point of view, yes.
I'll be back for the meeting. Don't know how much sleep you got. Enough, but not ideal for sure. I mean, I've had, like, since... That was the wrong place to put that. What am I doing to myself? Nope, 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 nope. Why? Why, Cleo?
But yeah, did you go to the Microsoft briefing?
I didn't know.
Oh, okay, because that's probably a lot of what this is going to be about.
Yeah. I've heard enough about the Microsoft briefing already.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to tell you guys. I can't because I wasn't there, but also the people who do know are not allowed to tell you guys. So... What am I doing? At least it's not what have I done. I mean, it's always what have I done. It's kind of how I live my life. I'm guessing this stuff will be announced later. Yeah, I mean, we don't get a huge amount of advance notice.
No, basically they just talk to us about the upcoming Minecon event and like, hey, here are the guidelines for if you want to co-stream it. Bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. We know things a little bit ahead of people, but not that much.
They send us...
I'll pretend I know things for chat. Ask me things and I can know the answers for you. Yeah, I haven't told you either. You know that there will be a Minecraft live stream. I mean, most people know that, right? Right?
Well, I didn't really know what day it was going to be, so I scheduled a server-wide build contest for my Patreon server for the same day. Luckily, not at the same time. But that was just luck that it wasn't at the same time.
I wasn't invited, so, you know.
Well, that's because it's for paying members of the Patreon. I did want to
I mean, I wasn't talking about that, but okay.
Or you wanted to judge? Or wait, you weren't invited to the Microsoft thing?
No.
Oh. Well, you're supposed to be invited. I could have gotten you an invite. Because they're always like, make sure everybody who's supposed to be here got an invite, and I just assumed you had.
No.
Oh, well, next time we'll get that sorted. Because you're absolutely supposed to be there.
I just assumed that I wasn't popular enough, and you were.
Oh, no. I am not the most popular person there by any means. It's basically anybody who's a professional Minecrafter, if you will.
Ah, Hermitcraft, so well planned. Oh, you know it.
Yeah, okay. Well, sorry, so I didn't know that you didn't have an invite. Because usually there's something that's like, hey, everybody in Hermitcraft, make sure... Are you not in the Minecraft Creators Lounge?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because that's where the disconnect is.
Didn't know it was a thing. It's fine.
Okay.
I like not knowing. Because it's easier than knowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Face. Doverkin, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Marcy Lamb has resubscribed. Welcome back. You don't get informed about anything Minecraft relating. It's this weird situation when you, the Minecraft creator, don't know, and I, the non-Minecraft creator, do know. That's because I don't, you know, I try and avoid spoiling myself as much as possible. And also, professional just means you get paid. It doesn't mean you're any good.
Yeah, that's why it's easy to get into this thing.
Yeah. If one person sends me $1, I'm a professional. See? I'm a professional sewer. I can advertise myself as a professional cross-stitcher. Tall RP cheered biddies and says, best Last Life episode ever. Thank you. Also, thanks for the chill stream. Love listening to you and Joe chat. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with last stream. I got to act, like properly act, and people were just like, you shouldn't be so cross. I'm just like, I'm not.
Wait.
You're so mean.
Wait, when are you talking about the last crafting stream?
This is Last Life.
Oh,
this is Last Life.
Oh, okay.
No, don't worry.
I was gonna say, I didn't know that you were, like, I mean, you always act kind of cross with me, but I didn't know that you were being especially cross or anything. No. This is other people. Well, if it makes you feel better, Cleo, I'm completely out of the loop on how many lives there are and things like that. So.
That's fine. Daiki has stopped. Cheered Biddies says, good news, the seagulls finally stopped screaming. As a sentence, that's kind of concerning, not gonna lie. As a sentence, it's just sort of like, they stopped screaming because I murdered them.
Yay.
Serena Blueberry resubscribed. Tool RP. Oh, I read that one already, but also thank you for the biddies. And Paleo has cheered biddies. Thank you very, very much. I think you should be mean. It's actually funny. I find it hilarious because people always take me seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone always says, oh, you're such a bad actor. We can tell when you're acting. And then they go, no, stop being so serious. You're so mean. I'm like, oh, acting. Fans, we want more role-playing. Also, fans, not like that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They only want role-playing when it benefits the people that they like to benefit. But that's fine. People like who they like.
Mm-hmm.
If you're willing to share, what kind of merch are you working on for X-Mecha? I haven't even started yet because, one, I spent 10 hours building a giant map and I'm exhausted. Your mean voice is really scary, though. Might be the ingrained fear of the teacher voice.
Was the Minecraft giant map in Hermitcraft or the other thing?
In Hermitcraft.
Okay. What kind of map did you make?
I made this, but in map form.
Like the reindeer? Oh wait,
like the logo.
Oh, the hive drake.
My hive drake logo.
Gotcha.
Because I figured if I was going to actually try and sell, actually advertise.
Mm-hmm.
I might as well make it pretty and put the work in,
mm-hmm.
And it took me about 10 hours to do it, so...
Gotcha.
I have newfound respect for Beef after that. Because all of those maps that he made last season, dear God, they're way more detailed. Batty Nana has subscribed. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits.
I've been thinking about making a giant scale pinball machine in Minecraft. Maybe not this season because it's such a huge project. I might want to wait until, that's my base or whatever. My base is a warehouse with a giant pinball machine on top or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I realized at the point where I'm building something that big, I should try to align it, or I should do the scale so it's exactly 2 maps tall by 1 map wide. Maybe, and then I can also sell the maps of it,
Yeah, that works.
But it would actually be 3-dimensional. It wouldn't just be a flat thing because the map is a side artifact. It's not the output.
The actual thing, yeah.
I think that could be really interesting.
That could be a excuse me. Oh, I did not enjoy that. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Monete has cheered biddies.
No.
It says zombie bits for ZombieCleo. Was that a cough or a sneeze or both? That was a sneeze.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm fine. Please do not die. I'm not going to die from a sneeze.
Yeah.
Her sneezes is weird. Shut up, Cam. Still not feeling well. I've not been great these last couple of weeks, but I thought that part of the death cycle was over.
Well, the anesthetic and everything kind of messes with everything, so.
That's true. You know I'm right. Shut up, Cam.
Okay, a tip just rolled in, and I can't click on it because I can't let go of this thing right now. But wait. I'm like, I might be able to use my nose on my watch. No, my head will hit the light. Okay, I might be able to elbow the mouse. No, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm just going to hold on. So whoever just tipped, thank you. Give me 10 seconds to let this glue dry a little bit more. There we go.
Silver chippy chid bitties. Got to sneeze out all those living bits. Clearly becoming a real zombie stream.
Thank you so much to ThoConnor2. Let's see, we were 5 away from our next expansion, but this tip of 100 is going to get us 5 expansions all at once. ThoConnor2 says, "Hey Joe, my 2-year-old recognized you by your voice when we put you on this morning." Awesome. Well, I'm glad that I can be a source of entertainment across the generations. So here we go. If you direct your attention down here to roughly where slot 8 would be. Where's my camera? It's time for me to find that. Bum, 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 bum. Howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee. Also, I'm going to go ahead and remove this no exits with Cleo thing that I had here. Because it's going to be in the way of my face. Numero dos. A bigger Joe is on his way. Oh, no, I have the wrong glasses on.
Thank you, basically, building for the raid. I'm just going to wait until Joe's finished with doing his thing.
Yeah, let me do like 8. I got a costume change. See here, I got the green screen glasses. All right, woo! And now I'm very happy about that. So I can just, yay, happy.
We'll just wait for Joe to do his thing.
Oh no, my face isn't big enough to fit that yet. Numero trace, perfectly sized face. Dee. Okay, see now my eyes and mouth perfectly align with this drawing. I can add my hair here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. It's me, Joe Hills. Okay, number 4. How about some more? Do. And we are going to erase that. Then for the 5th expansion, y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each expansion up to this point. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I've forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Jost. Bum, 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 ba-dum, da-dum, da-dum. That brings us down to 90% Joe Pasty. Thank you to ThoConnor2 and your 2-year-old for that generous support of the show, as always. And before Cleo can thank her raid, I got one more tip that just rolled in. Sorry, Cleo Raiders. Thank you to Louisa for tipping 12, who says, "I can't see you in the minimized tab. Time to expand." Okay, well, so that 12 here, boom. That is going to put us 7 past our next expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand just. Lowering that capacity now to 80%. Boom. Next problem. If there was a problem, Joe, I'll solve it.
Finished?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you, Basics in Building, for the raid. Very appreciated. I hope you were playing something new and found fun. I'm assuming, based on that name, feels like a Minecraft name. Not gonna lie. But thank you for arriving. It's appreciated. And somebody said Christmas in October. This Christmas card so far, this is 10 hours of work. So if I wanted to send Christmas cards, you have to start now. So when you get Christmas cards like this, remember, I'm quite quick, and it's about 10 hours of work. So...
Okay, I'm trying to write left-handed so I can hold the glue down with the right, and this is going poorly.
Also, you already bought your Hanukkah presents. Ah.
Oh yeah, that's early this year. It's like November 27th or something.
Hearing Cleo sigh with the fury of the phantom at Joe's continued antics gives me energy. Joe's alright. Joe's alright.
What?
It's your 1 year celebration on tips. Oh, well, congratulations. Happy 1 year. Well, I hope it went well for you. Ow. That was me being careless. Sorry.
You're good.
It's alright. I didn't actually go. It doesn't actually go through my skin. I'm trying to get my hair out of it. Starts the night of November the 28th.
For anyone curious what the tablet situation actually looks like, I'm going to put it underneath here. So basically, I'm going to temporarily put it under the ring light, and I'm going to turn the ring light off so you don't have that glare for the moment. So if I write on here, like, Cleo is a great pal, right?
All right.
It just shows up right there. And then I could draw a picture of Cleo being happy about being a great pal.
I am happy that you think I'm a great pal.
Yeah. And then somebody who, like, saw the film Aladdin recently, and wants to, like, ruin this, could come in here and be like,
buy presents in October, but I'm moving at the moment. See, I'm not really big on presents, so, you know, sometimes you just think, I mean, I literally just buy for my family, and, you know, if I was at work, like the people that I work with on a regular. But, you know, it's just sort of like, am I buying for Christmas because it's Christmas, or am I buying because I truly care about you, kind of thing?
So
I mean, don't get me wrong, I buy presents. I do. Mm-hmm. It's just...
I believe you.
Me.
I'm sure that you buy presents, Cleo. I'm actually making an example present right now that's gold and red, and I'm showing how the tablet works. So I've got the chroma green background on the tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, basically OBS filters that out via the mirroring software.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And I tried to hold this up earlier on the webcam, but the problem is, at that point, it chromas it out because the webcam has the green screen enabled too, whereas the crafting cam does not. Whoa. And I forgot to do the lock on here. Rotation lock. Boom. So hopefully that didn't ruin everything. But yay, okay.
Hopefully it didn't, but, you know, it probably did. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay-ish. So anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
So if I want to as well, I can now move that present down here. Whoops. Let's make a better move.
Sorry, I just had a massive knot that I just spent like the last couple of minutes undoing.
Yay.
Did you see what happened at the end of B-Dubs' video? I know what's happened. We all kind of get together after the session, and then we talk about what's happened, and if we've missed something. Like, most of us signed out before B-Dubs went, but B-Dubs told us about it. Like, so did the people he was with, so I'm aware.
Okay. So I feel like the glue on this has mostly dried on the fence parts enough, or the ramparts walls. I need to now score up and down these edges around here.
AC Camper has resubscribed with a wee.
Nom, nom, nom. I'm gonna eat the present. Nom, 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 nom. So here's the fun part too, is I can actually then, like, I can go nom, 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 and I can click erase with my hand, and it looks like I ate it. So you'll see that in like 10 seconds on your end.
Yes, Joe. Yes, Joe. Haven't seen his POV yet. That explains the thumbnail. Ah.
Oh, wait. I completely misunderstood how this works. These ones are supposed to fold back over. Okay. That's going to be a problem in terms of how I scored these, because I did not score them with that in mind. But yeah, that's... okay.
So how many pages have you still got left to do, Joe?
I am cutting out page 14 right now. And out of 17.
18. Out of 17.
Yeah.
So you're nearly there, really.
Yeah, I mean, now I still have to get, like, all of these attached to each other and stuff like that.
Am I going to use the IOUs for the trees and shrubs around the castle walls? That's the plan. We just got to finish the walls first.
Yeah, my plan is for next week, I'm going to do the Halloween edible house that I showed you.
Uh-huh.
So if I don't... even if I don't finish this on stream today...
yeah.
Like, my daughter really wants to eat that Halloween house, and we're close enough to Halloween at this point that it's...
Well, I figure I will join you when you decide it's time.
You're gonna do something Halloween-y next week too, then?
Yeah, I figured I'd just paint some, like, skulls and zombie hands and stuff next week.
Yeah, let's do that next week. That sounds good.
And so, yes, next week is Halloween week. And we make it spooky, and I'll try and get my little ping tuber thing. Like, at least proto ping tuber. I don't want to spend too much money on stuff before I've decided that it works.
Did you reach out to Aviva or?
No. What I've decided is I'm gonna do things with my Minecraft sprite so far to start with, and then maybe if I decide it's working and if it's for me, go from there, and then commission art.
Awesome.
So. Hey. I could just put a zombie hand there and it can bounce when you talk. No, it's good. Well, that knot isn't coming through.
Okay. So, for
Invite Pearl for the Halloween artsy. I think she'd really enjoy that. I mean, they're always invited.
Yeah. Do you want to put that on the meeting agenda since I just put 2 things on there?
Yeah. I'll put it on later, though. Oh, no, fine, I'll do it now. Meeting topics. Halloween craft stream. There we go. All done.
Thank you, Cleo.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Plan to be in the US for Halloween. It's hard to feel Halloweeny. Yeah. It's going to be a lot. It's always disappointing. These last 2 years have been disappointing.
Okay.
Never had a Panda Muertos. Don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. It's the scully ones, isn't it? I've never had one, or so he's doing mob propaganda. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Right, which way is coming from?
New says, I found some videos with interiors of the castle and some of the outsides. I can put the links in the comments of the next episode. YouTube will filter those out. Just tweet them to me. That's the best way to send me links. Hey, Yokemeister! Raiding with the party at 22. Welcome, Raiders! You know what? Let's go ahead and get the tablet out here and say, let's do it. Let's do it with style. Okay. Welcome.
Doing it with style, Joe.
Raiders. I accidentally put an accent mark over, so it's like welcome.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. Yeah.
What are your preferences for the mobs? I don't have one because I know I'm just going to be disappointed. So it's better to be surprised than to be disappointed. So I will let myself be surprised.
Yay. People are now saying welcome with an accent in the chat. Yay. We are doing some paper crafting right now.
It came back because you realised you didn't say goodbye to Joe.
Wait, who didn't say goodbye to me?
Daiki in my chat.
Oh, alrighty. Bye, Daiki.
Okay. Oh, right. So.
Okay. Sebulon C says, if I got to be an old man, I'd love to be a groundskeeper for a castle like Hohenzollern. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know. Cleo, have you put any thought into, like, what your, like, old person staying sane job, like, just to get out of the house would be? Like, I don't know if they do these in
I don't have one of those at the moment, so...
Yeah.
You know? I think if I had to do it again, I'd probably just go back and be a student.
Mm-hmm.
Just learn stuff for the sake of learning things.
Yeah, a few of my aunts are doing that. They're, like, in their late 60s, early 70s now. And, like, there's some sort of program through one of their local universities where they can just, you know, enroll in classes and, you know, just take them. And they were talking about how, like, because they're old, they get the best parking on campus, and all the young people hate them, and it's great.
Not necessarily sure I'd be that sort of old person.
Well, I mean, you know, you don't want to walk, like, 2 miles to class.
Oh, I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't necessarily go, ha, students, you suck, kind of thing.
No, that's fair. And then, I don't know, I was thinking, like, I wouldn't mind, like, living in, like, a tourist community and being, like, working, like, a ring toss stall or something like that. Like, just, like, when I'm old, it's like, you know, and I work, like, 3 days a week, half days at it. And if they're like, hey, Joe, we need you to come in on Thursday, it's like, nope, I'm old. I don't need this job. You can fire me. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I work Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I pick up rings off the ground and I hand buckets of rings to people. This is the extent of my job.
This is all I'm doing for you. You got no chance.
Yeah, don't tell me. Yeah, I have no ambition. I'm not trying to move up and become, like, the amusement games supervisor.
Yeah, no, I think what I want to be is what I'm already doing.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like, you know, what would you like to do when you're old? I'd just like to sit and make videos on the internet.
No, I think I'd like to do that too. But, like, I think to some degree, I'm gonna wanna get out more by that point and be around people more.
I mean, you're let's not be realistic. You're kind of more social than I am.
Yeah.
You know, you're more get out and meet people. I'm more go away and leave me alone.
Well, so here's the other thing, Cleo, and maybe this is something different about, like, our approaches to what we're doing entertainment-wise. But I'm hoping, I think, like, or I'm not ruling out, like, expanding and hiring people and stuff as my channel grows to, like, actually have, like, a staff and people who, like, broadcast stuff maybe on my channel who are not me or things like that. And so I kind of think to some degree, if I did pull something like that off, I would need to have a certain point where I step away and kind of pass the baton to the next generation if that business is going to survive. And so, like, having
really
something...
Nice idea.
What?
It's a really nice idea.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not sure how viable it's going to be.
Oh, I have no idea if it's viable or not, but like it's one of those things where I'm not ruling it out either, And so, me constantly hanging around after kind of like officially passing things on to the next generation, even if, when I say the next generation, not necessarily my daughter, but like, whoever takes over, I think it would be nice to just like, no, I'm gonna want to have somewhere to go and like do something that I feel like is constructive and fun in the community, like, running a ring toss booth that kind of gives me a little distance from that place and lets the new people kind of make it their own,
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be in a position to just do all sorts of. I mean, I get lots of ideas for like videos that are not Minecraft related, and and I would love to explore that sort of thing, or I'd love to do sort of maybe live action stuff ish when I feel confident to do that. But
well, and that's true too, is there's all sorts of like entertainment related things that I could do. Like, once again, if you work in like an amusement park town, I could try and get a job as the old man storyteller or something like that,
yeah,
or something. Also, a big thing in Tennessee is a lot of people, when they retire, if you're smart enough and you look old, you can get a good job as a tour guide at a distillery. And they usually want people who have a background in technology and engineering, because you have to be able to answer highly technical questions that sometimes people have. And also they really like it if you've traveled internationally, because a lot of tourists come from all over the world to these distilleries. So like so there's this guy, and he's just wearing his overalls, and he's talking about down here in the holler we've been making this for with whiskey for X hundred years or X number of decades, and this family, they started doing this, blah blah blah. And this guy starts asking this question in broken English, and he's like got a clear German accent, and the tour guide just switches to like perfect German. And like they have a quick conversation in German, and the guy switches back. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Yeah, I was stationed over there in Germany for about 10 years with the Air Force. I was an engineer for them. Anyway, so like
that's cool.
There's like certain kind of like high level entertainment positions in Tennessee that I could try and compete for.
I could see you going well with that one.
Yeah.
Sort of thing that you'd enjoy. I mean, you didn't. I mean, I'd like to do. I mean, there are certain things. There's sort of like the historical reenactment kind of like going to attractions and dressing up as ye olde time people. I'd like to do that sort of thing, but there's not a lot of stuff like that in the UK, I feel.
Oh, and they don't and some of those are tied to like crafts, like an artisan stuff. So it's like where you would be like, it's your job to sit and make a quilt all day and occasionally answer questions to the people who come by to watch you make the quilt.
I absolutely could do that.
Yeah, like that would be a cool retirement job type thing.
It would. It would. I mean, what about you, chat? What do you? That's your hobby, historical reenactment. Is it historical reenactment as kind of a job, okay? Or is it kind of just a thing you do as a hobby?
Because I know
professional LARPers in the UK.
Yeah, my grandfather didn't have a plan when he retired. He was just like, I'm just gonna enjoy, I've got all these craft things that I want to do, and he had a wood shop and stuff in his basement. He's like, I'm just looking forward to working on my own stuff. But like, the thing is, he realized like 2 weeks in that he couldn't just craft or do woodworking in his basement for 8 hours, 12 hours a day. He liked coming home from work and doing it, and now he didn't have a work to go to. So he just went out grocery shopping and saw they needed produce people. It was like, I guess I'll work in produce for a few years. Like, just to have somewhere to go to then, like, because I think he liked thinking about the stuff he was going to work on while he was at work, and then coming home and executing the craft.
That sounds reasonable.
And so, that's kind of got me thinking, like, I don't want to accidentally end up working in produce. I need to start planning this now while I'm in my 30s so that I can have like my, I'm not saying that I need a fun job when I retire, but if I decide I want one, I want to already kind of have a few good things picked out.
Yeah. I just want to be one of those old people on the internet that just sort of like, I would like to be kind of like, rent-a-mom. Do you need help? Like, watch my stream and I will give you like comfort and solace and that sort of stuff. I'd like to be that sort of person on the internet. It's just sort of like, I'm going to be wholesome on the internet for a living.
I think to some degree we kind of already do that, though.
Rent-a-nana. I suppose so. But it's not, we're not here specifically to help people, is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I mean, we do help people because,
I think like that's one of the big reasons that I started streaming more was with people not being able to leave their houses because of COVID. Like, I was explicitly, like, doing it because I was like, I feel like this will make me feel like I'm contributing and helping in a time when there's very little I can do to contribute and help. So, like...
That's why you're a good person, Joe, and I'm just not.
I guess. I don't know, though. Like, I think the thing is, whether you're intentionally doing that or not, you're incidentally doing that, which has a clear value.
I guess.
So, but what you're saying is, when you're old enough, you want to do it on purpose.
Yeah, I want to be wholesome granny on the internet kind of thing. That's what I want to do.
Gotcha.
Be renting a bad influence auntie. I mean, I can do that too. I mean, I'm very much of the, you gotta do what's right for you category.
Oh, I'm not saying that, like, my ring toss idea is right for everybody. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to think of things that might be right for me.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think ring toss for you would probably work. Cleo helps people on purpose. Cleo helps people as a side effect. You're not wrong.
I would say a byproduct more than a side effect. But you're not wrong. I agree with Cleo there.
I mean, I'm just getting to the point in my life now where, I just want to chill. I just want to chill.
Yeah, no, I feel like that constantly. I'm just like, that was one of those things where when I came back from taking, I took off for like 5 days in a row. Which is the longest I've taken off streaming, like, since COVID hit. Except for, I guess, when my daughter had her surgery, but that wasn't really time off. That was actually more stressful, because I was, like, trying to make sure she hydrated and, all this.
You were being a good parent.
I was being, like, terrified that if something went wrong, it was a very bad time to have to go back to the hospital,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was trying to be a good parent, but it was also not, like, a vacation by any means. It was like, I'm not streaming because I can't both take care of her and stream. Because at any time, if the scabs from the surgery, like, broke, she could just start spitting blood everywhere and have to be immediately rushed to the hospital so they can cauterize it.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
So it's like at 24 hours a day, I have to be ready to drive to the hospital to cauterize this. And so, yeah, like, anyway, so I actually took like 5 days off in a row. And I was like, that was enough time for me to realize, like, wow, I was really overtired going into this break. Like, I knew I needed the break on like an academic level, but like I
absolutely needed a break.
I didn't really comprehend how far gone I was. And then the thing is, but like I'm looking at it and I'm like, now that I see how far gone I was, 5 days probably isn't enough. And so I was actually really nervous about coming back and streaming last night because I was like, oh no, what if I'm not as well rested as I need to be? Like, I just took a bunch of time off, and if I come back and I'm still exhausted, people are gonna be like mad at me for not.
No, they're not. Don't be ridiculous. No one's going to be mad at you for being tired.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if they are mad at you for being tired, they can come through me and they can make their complaints known to me.
I was just
and
really.
I will.
I was worried I was gonna put on a bad show, and luckily, it went really well. And maybe not luckily, intentionally, it went really well. um, but
anyone who's got a problem with what you're doing can come and have it explained by me as to why you're not their monkey, and they don't get to make you perform.
Yeah. So I think what I need to do is start taking off like 1 weekend a month.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I need to plan a real 1 to 2 week trip at some point. I don't think I'm going to have time to plan that 1 to 2 week trip anytime soon, because for one thing, I can't afford to go anywhere for 2 weeks, and for another thing, I can't afford to take 2 weeks off.
Self-care, Joe. It is important.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, by the time my daughter, like, I think, like, next May when my daughter finishes school, I have her for 2 weeks in the summer before she goes to her mom's. And so, like, maybe trying to plan, some real time off then, or maybe some time off while she's with her mom.
Yeah.
Because, like,
seems like
that would also be a break from responsibility with, being responsible for her. I don't know. But yeah, so in the short term, I'm gonna try and take at least 1 real weekend off a month, and then I'm gonna try and take 1 real vacation a year.
I think that's probably best for you, to be honest, because we don't want you burning out.
Well, and that's kind of the thing, though, is it's like I already was burned out before the divorce started, and then, which is why I didn't see it coming, I think. Because I was just so focused on, like, I just gotta show up at work and get everything done, and show up at home and get everything done. Just gotta get through her finishing her PhD, and things will be okay. And, like, I was just so focused on, like, the long term. Like, I was just barely functioning as a human. And so it's like I've been way more burned out, and I'm, like, trying to claw my way back from it. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Kind of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, to some degree, like, if I streamed much less, I would have to take on more freelance work, which would actually be more stressful on the whole. And so I'm kind of trying, like, I'm kind of at equilibrium, you know what I mean?
Dear Cleo, I would like to formally issue a complaint that Joe is worried that we hate him for taking time off. It is in fact the contrary. Please advise. Best regards. Yeah, don't hate Joe for not taking time off, because Joe is one of those people that will always do his best for everyone else except for Joe.
Well, but
Joe needs to realise that what's best for everyone else is Joe being sane-ish.
Well, I agree, but here's my problem, is I really don't want to take on an extra, 40 hours a month of freelance work or whatever either. Like, some of this is just, like, okay, I gotta power through this stream because, if I'm not breaking even at the end of the month, I gotta go look for more work on the side, and that's stressful in different ways. Because, like, with invoicing and clients, you don't know if they're gonna pay sometimes. Like, I could spend a bunch of time on a project and not get paid for 3 months. Like, it's a different set of problems that I'm trying to avoid being more stressed out. I'm intentionally maybe taking on more streaming than might be ideal in a vacuum, but in the broader spectrum, it's like, it's way more.
It's either streaming or actual work.
Yeah, the actual work is way harder.
I'm not gonna lie, actual work is a lot harder than streaming work. I mean, there are days where I struggle with streaming, but those are also days where I would probably just come home and collapse from school. I do not miss school. I'm just putting that out there, guys. I thought, wondering if you're wanting to. No, just school sucks. I do not want to go back. And that's from somebody who liked working at a school.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is not fun. I'm so glad I don't have to, torture myself anymore. I miss the children sometimes, though. Although I am going on. They've asked me to come and do a school trip with them, so I am going to go and see the children sometime next month. So
that's nice.
The Arctic Viking resubscribed and says, hi Cleo, how are you? I'm fine. And Freaky Emerald has resubscribed. Thank you very much. I don't miss school, high school, or university. I miss university. University was fun. It taught me so much about, well, mostly rocks. I'm not gonna lie. Now you torture Joe. I don't know if I describe what I do to Joe as torture. Joe's silence says he disagrees.
I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with tor that could be substituted in, and I'm coming up dry. So no, that's I'm silent because I don't have a good pun.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I like teaching, but these 2 past years have been bad. I love the students, the adults. To be fair, that's always the problem pretty much wherever you end up in schools. The adults and the government and targets and stuff, it's just sort of like, well, just let me teach. Just trust that you've trained me correctly for like 5 minutes. Just 5.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things if you can get into the private school system. Where you don't have the government oversight. Granted, you have way more entitled parents because they're like, I'm paying $40,000 a year for my kid to go here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Please just let teachers teach. Their life would be happier. Mostly the teachers. And probably the students, because they'll learn more with a less stressed teacher. It's how it goes. This is coming on nicely. It's doing really well. How do I deal with burnout? Are you talking about in Minecraft or just in life? Because those are different things.
I mean, a lot of it is you need to remove the sources of the burnout. And for me, the sources of burnout are never the creative stuff. It's always, oh, I'm spending too much energy dealing with this custody situation or stuff like that. And so it's like, seek professional help. I've got a custody attorney that I can offload a lot of this stuff onto and not have to, figure out what to say to a judge myself. Like, because...
Yep.
That's the thing, though, is it's not streaming that causes me to feel burned out. It's streaming on top of the things that are legitimately stressful, right? And in a lot of cases, streaming is the thing that gives me a break from stressing out about that stuff.
Yep.
And if I don't get that break, then I'm just sitting around being stressed out about the custody stuff or whatever alone instead of having fun talking to people playing video games. And of the two, I'm more likely to get burned out or have a breakdown from just sitting alone in the dark being stressed out.
Yes. I actually really like streaming, but I couldn't do it when I was teaching because it was just something on top of all the other stuff I had to deal with. So when I had that when I had that holiday, when I said, right, I'm doing this, and then I had like Ren and Scar, just do it, just get on with it and do it, and you'll be fine. And I went, right, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm focusing on this. I've got everything in school planned for the next 2 months, and then I'm just going to focus on streaming. And like within like 3 weeks, I think I was at the point where it's just sort of like, I can do this full time. Even if at half those numbers, I can do this full time. I'm nowhere in the position where I can, not worry anymore, but worrying about this is a lot easier than worrying about how are you stitching without any thumb caps on your thread. This is not going to hurt me if I stab myself. Ren and Scar are amazing for you. Oh, it's not just them, but they were the people that just, mostly Ren, to be fair. Ren was just sort of like, just, we're going to get you doing this. I think you deserve it. And it's just sort of like, they just happened to be the people at the time when I was hanging around at the end of a meeting who just stuck with me and said, right, okay. And then Ren was just sort of like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you homework and I'm going to follow up with you in a week and see if you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Ren sat down for like an hour or so, and it was just sort of like, what do I need to do? And then he sorted that out, and then it all sort of worked out for me. So yeah, Ren is one of the key reasons I started, but he's by no means the only one who supported me. Joe, for example, supported me, but Joe was going through some other stuff, so...
Yeah, sorry, my life is pretty chaotic.
Yeah, I know. I don't hold it against you. But yeah, it was a thing that was just sort of like, just sort of happened, and it hit the right time for me. Ren is a top bloke. Ren is Ren's Ren. I don't really know how to explain it any other than that. My face hurts. Ugh. Ren is very actively pro-streaming, so it doesn't surprise me that he's helped other people too.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get my inspiration? What's inspiration? Inspiration for what, specifically?
For Grammy-winning pop songs, clearly.
I mean, yes, Joe, but that's not all I do. The Grammy-winning pop songs.
Okay.
Are you talking about in Minecraft? Are you talking about the random stuff I do?
Because clearly the inspiration for that reindeer came from a magazine at the grocery.
Mm.
So, I mean, just head down the shops.
You know what? Sometimes that's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, inspiration isn't just like a one-time deal. It's everywhere. You've just got to take what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, sounds like Ren mentored you besides supporting your decision. To a certain degree, that's true. But
do you mean rentored?
Rentored. To a certain extent, he did rentor me, but
that sounds a lot better than Mendog. So.
I don't know how far I would, if he did mentor me, it was very short, It was a couple of hours, and then he sort of just like, yeah, go for it, you got it, and then just left me to it. Joe's the reason why you started. He asked me about it during one of his streams, and I nearly fell off the couch. Then a month later, he's like, come on, we're waiting.
Well,
it doesn't
okay,
surprise me about...
So NJ makes a big deal about this, about me encouraging her to start streaming, but NJ was like a DJ in college, a radio host, and does all this public speaking with volunteer organizations and stuff, and it was just I was just surprised that she didn't stream more than anything. It wasn't like me going I've got an eye for talent, kid, and you're it. It's more like me going as NJ's talking about all this stuff, I'm like, wait, and you don't stream? like this is an obvious. It was just like it's a obvious thing that clearly fits your skill set and everything you enjoy. Like, I don't know. So yeah,
I know. It's one of those things though, isn't it? It's just sort of like, people see what you do for them as something more because they didn't see it in themselves. It's that sort of thing. Not entirely sure why NJ didn't see it in themselves. It's like,
yeah,
you have
I don't
anxiety.
know.
Like, join the club. We've got jackets. We all have anxiety here.
I haven't been diagnosed with it. I'm
Mm-hmm,
very
Joe.
careful
Okay.
about not claiming to have things that I haven't been diagnosed with. Because like sometimes people get upset about that. It turns out so it's like
I have anxiety. So saith the doctor. Sleep well, Cam. Feel better.
yeah,
I'll
I
speak
don't
to you
know.
later.
Is anxiety a diagnosis or a symptom? I guess.
I mean, it can be both.
Okay.
It depends on if you have. I mean, you can have anxiety as a symptom, but you can also be diagnosed with anxiety.
Yeah. Because like I definitely get anxious about things, but like when I've talked to my friend who's a psychiatrist who also knows my ex-wife and is very familiar with the entire situation, her medical opinion is
Let me guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, her medical opinion is you would have to be so screwed up to not feel the way you're feeling about this that like in this is in no way a judgment on whether or not like because there's a difference between having a anxious response to outside stimuli or being diagnosed with general anxiety or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky in that my anxiety is how do I put this? It's these days, since stopping teaching, shockingly, these days it is pretty chill.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it's social. But even then, I can control it. It's more relaxed than it used to be. So I have felt relieved,
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely think it was caused by bullying in the workplace. Let's put it like that. I think that's what initiated it, the anxiety response. But in general, I'm right these days, mostly.
Well, I don't like the idea of anyone being mean to you. That's. But I probably shouldn't show up at your workplace and beat anybody up. So.
No, that would be.
That would be.
I mean, it was. I mean, teaching is one of these things where people who like being in power and abuse their power, it's one of those things where a lot of people who like that tend to flock. It's also where the opposite is true, where people just like to help.
Yeah.
They also tend to flock, but it's very, it's very variable depending on which person you are.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm the one that wants to help, but mostly because I've never sought any power whatsoever. So that kind of helps me with that opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've been on the receiving end of some very not nice people. So it's looking all right now. I've got a back stitch there, and I've got
wow, that is really coming along well.
Yeah, I reckon maybe another half an hour or so. Maybe. Yay. We'll see how it goes. You're back after watching The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride is the best. I love The Princess Bride. Sitting here like, yes, I want to be a teacher. It's fine. You need to be very careful. Right, this is the advice that I would give anyone who wants to be a teacher. You need to take care of your mental health. You need to recognize people who genuinely want to help. And you need a support system in place before you even start. You know? Now, I come from a family that is very much, you deal with stuff sort of on your own. So reaching out for help for me was difficult. So you would make a great fellow teacher. People, I'm not gonna lie. People did like having me around because I'm not an arse. And I genuinely just tried to help as many people as I could.
Yeah, it seems like in a lot of jobs, if you're not there to advance and you're just trying to like get home at the end of the day and help other people get home at the end of the day, like your coworkers will love you. Like, I don't think that I'm a particularly likable person in the workplace because I constantly didn't want to be there. I was taking jobs that were the ones that were the best to help my ex out, not the jobs I wanted. And I didn't want to be there. I was kind of grumpy most of the time. But I was always going out of my way to make sure that everything I needed to get done by 5 got done by 5, and that everything that everyone else needed to get done by 5 got done by 5. So everybody got to go home on time and pick up their kids. And like, whether depending on, you don't have to be somebody who's walking around smiling for people to like you if you're genuinely helping them regularly, not just like, oh, hey, I'm gonna do you a favor this one time, but like I structure my day to make sure that everybody, stuff went smoothly so that we could go home.
It's like because I got split between multiple classes. I had to rendezvous with 2 different teachers because they were part-time and I wasn't. So I had to make sure that their days went okay as well as my own. Because, I had to make sure all my resources were ready and that all the grading was done. And that's the thing that I don't recommend to new teachers. Don't class share. I was very lucky because I ended up going with like 2 great teachers, and we all recognize the beauty of work-life balance. And teachers don't have work-life balance. It's just how it is. I was so lucky that I was able to get a month's sick leave when I got burned out early. I mean, the sick leave situation with teachers is incredible because you need that time. Teaching is so stressful. And people go, well, do you recommend teaching? No, not really, unless you know yourself really well and you know how to recognize your own health conditions and you know how to put yourself first. And that's a problem with a lot of teachers. They don't know how to put themselves first. But I'm doing it for the children. Okay, and how is you being a mess helping the children? Yeah? And you're right, people take advantage of that. People take advantage of you being helpful in the workplace. And I think the thing that I learned that I think was really valuable is that they would not blink at replacing me in a heartbeat. As soon as you figure that out about any workplace, you start to take care of yourself more. So, I'm not sure if I want to be a teacher anymore. Like I say, you have to know yourself, and teaching is not one of those jobs that I would say is right for everyone. I was good at teaching, and it wasn't right for me, And where you teach is as important as Kay says, where you teach is as important as what you teach and who you teach. You know, if your bosses are demanding without any feedback to you, look for somewhere else, particularly head teachers who are just not nice people. If you get any vibes of like the senior leadership team being mean girls out for power, which is what I experienced in one of my teaching, find somewhere else. Your life is going to be better for you.
Is a head teacher a principal? I think we call them a principal, Nate.
Yeah, you call them a principal.
Okay.
But yeah, if like the senior leadership team, if they give you any hints that they are willing to throw you under the bus, or dehumanize you in any way. I once got called the most insulting thing I think I ever got called was like, you're our most expensive resource. Not the most valuable resource, most expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sort of like, oh, you don't ever, you don't ever treat people like that. No. And it was ultimately dehumanizing and part of the reason why I left that job. I mean, yeah, I imagine college professors being more chill. But, you know, it is what it is. Just, I want you guys to take care of yourself, you know? Because that's really important. Music is a great stress release. I mean, music teachers I found, because we have peripatetic music teachers in general in my school,
mm-hmm.
and they didn't care at all. It was just sort of like, I'm going in, I'm going to teach these kids music, and then I'm going to walk out at the end of the day because I have another school to go to. And it was just sort of like, they had the best work-life balance, and it's just sort of like, and you know what, at the weekend, I'm going to go see a musical. Yeah. It was just sort of like the best.
Which musical?
Well,
I've heard I need to see Peter Pan Gone Wrong.
See, our ex, well, my ex, because you know it wasn't my idea. Oh, he didn't leave. I did. He used to be what do you call it? A conductor for one of the musicals in London. Mm-hmm. So he had all these contacts and stuff, and he was just sort of like, just really chill. And it was like, oh, okay. And you decided to be a music teacher. Why? It was less stressful. So yeah. Peripatetic music teachers have a job that is enviable. My music teacher was one of the worst teachers I had. I mean, I got into a real argument with one of my music teachers once about honesty in music. And, you know, he was just sort of like, of course, whenever a music playing is honesty. I'm just like, but you could be playing a piece of music and not feeling it. And he just wasn't having it. And looking back, I was a bit of a dick. But, you know, it was just sort of like he wasn't seeing my point. So I had to let him know that he wasn't seeing my point. So. You got the tattoo you were yapping about. Apparently, I really enjoy how tattooing feels and now I want all of them. Yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me, bruv. Two strands, so I need both ends.
Almost got this wall top folded over. It's a lot of individual pieces and they don't want to stay put, which is frustrating.
That's about right. When I was doing my teacher training, I had to observe like my friend's music lesson because, you know, she let me come and visit her school because we figured spending a day at the school would be fun together.
Mm-hmm.
And they did like a War of the Worlds assembly, and it was like the most fun. I really enjoyed it. So if you're a teacher and you get the opportunity, War of the Worlds, it's grand. Definitely do it.
So, what's a War of the Worlds assembly? Is it just where you listen to the radio broadcast of the War of the Worlds?
They did, you know, the musical War of the Worlds. They took the first part of that, and then they did like a little music and drama sketch piece, and then they had all their parents come in.
Oh, that's fun.
Do you have to study at least 2 subjects to become a teacher in the UK? No, I became a science teacher. Because I'm quite, I don't know, I'm quite good at science, you know. But it's not mandatory by any stretch of the imagination. Mini Cheese Mouse Jib Biddies, thank you. I've literally just started an OU degree with the aim of becoming a teacher. Maybe by the time I'm 40. I've been working with kids since I was 14 in volunteer roles. Also have 2 of my own. I'm legally blind, though. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. I wouldn't count yourself out. Teaching is one of those things that benefits from different walks of life. So you might find that your blindness might actually be an experience that people are interested in with the children.
Well, I know that Nashville's School for the Blind was like having a hard time hiring. So
yeah, there is that too. If you wanted to go down that route instead of like, you know, teaching at state schools.
Well, I mean, it is a or not. It is a public, like it's paid for by it's part of the county school system. The Nashville School for the Blind.
We have a sort of 2, I'm not going to say 2-tier, 2 kind of levels. The schools try for inclusion as much as possible, but it doesn't always work. But yeah, I mean, I applied for a position in a school for severe disabilities. I didn't get it because I didn't have the experience required. But it interested me, and I spent a lot of time like studying autism and all that sort of stuff for it. So, you know, it's definitely. I mean, if you care, like if you genuinely care, schools with disabilities tend to be where I would suggest you go to, because you know they tend to attract more positive people, because it's harder work, and people who are in it for the wrong reasons tend not to enjoy the harder work. So as a parent, we love the school, but we're sad to see great teachers leaving every 3 or 4 years. Understand it's the nature of the schools. Here's the thing: if teachers are leaving, like 3 and 4 years is, I'm not going to say it's standard. That's quite a high turnover rate. It should be indicative of what's going on behind the scenes. If teachers last 2 years in a school, there is something very wrong with that school, and I would steer clear personally.
Yeah. Like where I went to high school, like a lot of the best teachers teaching the AP classes had been there for like 25, 30 years, and like parents were like, oh, I hope they don't retire before my kid goes through. There was no question, like,
yeah,
you know, this is a good. Now the thing is, our school system was got a ton of federal money because it was built near an Air Force base, and you get a bonus if you have a bunch of employees of the base's kids going to your school, like in terms of revenue. So they could afford, you know, to get some of the better teachers in the state and stuff like that. And so it's like, well, where would they go if they left? They'd be taking a pay cut, and they wouldn't necessarily have a bunch of parents who are engineers, which are like a really good kind of parent, I think, from what I observed at the school, because the parents know they're not teachers, but they're too busy with their own jobs to be busybodies at the school, right?
Yeah.
So they're just like, okay, you know, they just kind of let the teachers do their thing and don't really, you know, get super freaked out about minor stuff and get really involved because I'm tired. I spent the whole day designing aircraft windshield. Like,
yeah, that goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, hands-off parents are okay. But you get hands-off parents that are hands-off because they don't care. And that's the hardest thing I found to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Your child is struggling because you are not you've just told them that you don't care basically about them, and it's just sort of like made me so mad, especially when their children are. I mean, I had a situation where there was, I wouldn't say, well, there was neglect in the family, and then I got the daughter in my class who was, you know, the smart one, and trying to motivate her to improve her lot in life was hard.
Mm-hmm.
Not impossible, but hard. Okay.
Hey, welcome, Liara. The build is going well. I've got basically a bunch of pieces for the walls around the castle that I've been cutting out, scoring, and folding. And then once we get all these attached, we'll be able to attach the lower driveway to these. I was trying to figure out how the lower driveway and the upper driveway attach to each other. They don't. They go through these walls. Uh-oh, I scored that.
They go through the buildings, yep.
Oh, plump. Dahlia says, I went to a top high school, and it was really nice. It was a big privilege to go to a good school that changes lives. Yeah, and that's one of the things about, like, you know, I'm lucky to live in a city that has not all good public schools, but it has enough, there are enough good public schools in the system that, depending on where in town you live, like, you can kind of navigate it and make sure that your kids kind of stay in the good ones. And that's kind of what which is one of the reasons I pay so much in rent, because that's more desirable to live in the part of town that has the good schools. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I definitely want my kid to have all the opportunities that I can give her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you know, it's a shame that here's the thing. The wealth factor often affects behavior. And that is a key factor in whether teachers stay in specific schools. So yeah, I don't have my sequins. I don't know where they've gone.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna have to do this one without sequins. So
so this one.
So I'm gonna put this onto a card.
Scored on that side.
So now I have to be very careful that I don't destroy everything that I have created, that I hath wrought.
Okay. Okay. So next, I need to take 15-2. So for this next segment, I need parts from pages 12 through 15 to just go all the way around the upper part of the castle.
Hooray!
Okay. So I found the part that attaches to a bunch of the buildings. You can see by these little red dots that they're going to attach to the things we've already done. Okay, have I scored any of this? I don't want to overscore, which will cause breakage.
Probably best not to.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't look like I have.
There we go. Let's put that into one of the spare pieces so it doesn't get lost.
Okay. We are on the hour, so it's a good time to remind folks that tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. You are watching Joe Hills and ZombieCleo live streaming arts and or crafts.
I think and or crafts.
Yep. Like Star Trek. The Andorians made crafts.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Now.
Not Endor crafts. We're not doing Star Wars.
It's true. We are not doing Star Wars. Okay, it's time to break out the glue again. Right. Here's the question. Do I have anything to spread glue with?
Do you have a kebab skewer? That's what I use.
I use paper clips. I use paper clips. What is the difference between arts and crafts? This is a craft. I wouldn't necessarily say it's art because I didn't make the pattern.
Yeah, I would argue that paper crafting is called paper crafting, not paper arting for a reason. Because it's more execution of someone else's vision in a way that requires or allows the practice of artisanal or craftsperson skills, but without the artist's vision or insight into creating a project from scratch.
Right. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Right. I'll leave that there. Oh, I've just glued everything together. It's fine. It's fine. Leave it on there. Right, so I want this to be glued here, and I want a piece of ribbon. Did I put the ribbon away? I think I may have done.
Dale Fernie says, can we see the model? Well, I mean, these are parts of the model. I've got to hold... So the parts that I'm working on are the parts that are going to be, you know, on camera. And I've got glue on my hands, so I can't go picking up the finished parts without ruining them right now.
So I've got some ribbon. Snip off that end.
Welcome back, Judd Otto. Okay.
So if I do that, snip off there. Right, so I want to put the ribbon over the card. Thanks, chat. Appreciated for that.
What are they doing?
Oh, they're jump scaring me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounded like a sarcastic thanks, not a real thanks.
It's not the time, chat. Look at it, what you're doing, chat.
Okay, so I've got to hold this down with basically all of my fingers at the moment.
Glue stuck down. And now we've got to run it all the way down. And stick the glue on the other side. Come on. Stay stucked. Okay, I'm just going to wait here to... It's fine. I think it's art if you create the pattern. Yeah, I think it might be art if you create the pattern. It's art and crafts if you create the pattern.
Mm-hmm. Arterial Red says, craft is done correctly or incorrectly. Art always has an excuse. I think that's a really good point. Like, this is not art on my end because it is just... It's inexcusably bad. My castle here.
I think it's excusably bad. It's your first Papercraft thing, and we chose really hard models.
We did. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Leave the ribbon. Gonna stick it over, and then we're gonna stick it down. So now I have a piece of ribbon in the location I wanted it. I could have ironed the ribbon and made it better.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? There are certain things that we just have to deal with at this point. And now, here comes the blobbing of the glue. I'm trying to put it where there's... I know that there's sewing, so the glue doesn't become...
Mm-hmm.
too globby. Put it over the stitching rather than anything else.
And you're trying to apply it thinly enough that it won't bleed through, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
How much of a problem is that? Does it bleed through pretty easily?
It can, or... like, I mean, it's a Christmas card. I don't expect it to be kept. So... I mean, if I wanted to do this properly, I would iron it, but I don't have the energy for that. So, Joe's poetry is true art. Joe's poetry, I would argue, is art.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to be shy about that. I've worked hard on those.
Right, so that is an 8-hour, no, 10-hour now, 10-hour cross-stitched Christmas card.
Wow.
So, if you ever get something crafty and you look at it and you think, oh, it's a bit pants, you know, remember that somebody spent 10 hours on you, probably.
That turned out really well, Cleo.
Thank you. I'm actually quite proud of it. I mean, it's not art, it's definitely crafts, but it's my craft.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty. I'm very tired now and my face hurts a lot. So, here's the question. Where is all my bag? Oh, it's here. So next week I have this to be painting.
Ooh.
I know. Zombie hands. It's going to have nail polish on it because, of course.
Of course.
That's the sort of card I'd keep and put on the mantle every year. That's really cute. Thank you. It's very, very, very nice. And I also have this one, which is the one I'm really excited in painting. So it looks just like Dominate the Horde. I know, right? That's why I looked at it and I thought that one. But I'm excited about this one. So I like painting like wood carvy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because, you know, massive nerd.
Yeah, my daughter and I used to do a lot of those. Our new apartment isn't as conducive for painting, unfortunately. Because like our old place had this sunroom with these tile floors that was really easy to get paint off of.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, one Christmas card down at 328 to go. Like, whoever gets this, I might do another one, but I've got like I've got this to do. That I'm looking forward to trying.
How do you make that? Is it a felting kit, it looks like?
Yeah.
So you make polar bears by felting them?
Yes.
That's cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. Not panda bears, polar bears. Definite important thing. So I also have my llama pillow to do. Hey, Mini Matt resubscribed and Paleo Chid biddies. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to this, but this is sort of like, you know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Stabbycraft. And I've also got the, like, hang on, I'm going to need room for this. I've also got the blanket kit, which is for children. Ooh. I say children. They say teenagers. I say probably 7.
It's a small blanket. It's for child, really.
It's for child. Yeah.
You give it to children, and they're gonna be kind of like, this doesn't fit both of us.
No, it's for like that child. I would say is probably 13, maybe 14. But I don't know any 13 or 14-year-old that would be particularly interested in this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm gonna make it and then I'm gonna, I don't know, give it away probably, because it's not my style either. Hey, Tool RP says more bits for Cleo. Thank you for the biddies, very much appreciated. Artemis River gifted a tier 1 sub to Sick Little Puppet. Thank you very, very much for that. Appreciated, Artemis.
And welcome to Jade Kebab, who says it's my first stream. Love how chill it is here. Well, glad to have you. Yeah, this is what we do. Hey, welcome, Assault Tank. Glad to have you here as well.
This is our chill day, to be fair.
Yeah.
This is the day where we're just like, I just need to just relax and do fun things. And Joe
what?
is doing a thing that is not particularly a fun thing.
I picked the one that isn't fun. The Papercraft castle. I am really looking forward to getting to the point where it's like, okay, we're gonna hang out and do like, drawing or painting.
We're doing Halloween stuff next time, and you get to make a cookie castle.
Yeah, the cookie Halloween haunted house. My daughter has been wanting me to get started on that for weeks. She saw it at Costco, and she's like, "Daddy, look, this is only $11." And I'm sure that if you did this on your stream, you could make more than $11, which is how, you could pay for it, and then I could eat it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I've been trying to teach her,
wrong, and I hate that you're not wrong.
Yeah, I've been trying to teach her kind of like how finances work, and it's like, okay, yes, you're right. But like the thing is, the whole thing was just a justification for how can I get you to buy this thing I want to eat, and it's like you don't need to eat 3.5 pounds of cookie haunted house, but that's I guess what we're doing because it's I don't know that 3.5 pounds. That's like 1.7 kilograms, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to eat that much cookie.
It's a lot. So, it's a lot. I don't.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot. Somebody asked me about the magazine. This is the magazine. It's the Christmas special of something called Enjoy Cross Stitch. Ooh. It cost $10.99, but it came with all the stuff that you need to make like more than one Christmas card. Like they've got like decorations and Christmas cards and all sorts of things. So you can make like they've got like 6 Christmas card backs and 3 like decorations. So you can make all of those. Joe's daughter is fantastic. Joe's daughter is very special.
I am very fond of her, yes.
She knows a mark when she sees one, is what I'm saying.
It's like, how can I convince my dad to buy 3.5 pounds worth of candy and cookies for 2 people to eat? Well, it's only $11, and I'm sure people would love to see you make it because it looks very creepy.
So, I am done. Like genuinely, my brain cannot. Well, not my brain, more my face.
Yeah, your face is done given the medical or dental procedures.
What happened to ZombieCleo? ZombieCleo has been put on hold for face-related reasons. So, yeah.
Yeah, ZombieCleo does not do dental.
No. Okay,
I can't slip this paper around this other paper in such a way that I would be able to glue it unless I cut out. I'm gonna have to cut out more of this.
I'm gonna wait for Joe to decide that he's found a natural stopping point.
Well, to some degree, I was thinking that like getting this thing settled would be that natural stopping point, but I can't get all the pieces to interlock.
Oh no! It's all right. I can wait for a bit. It's no hurry.
Oh, okay.
We're fine here, chat. We're just, I have a dentist appointment coming up, and I'm not. I don't think anybody, apart from masochists, maybe, are excited for dental appointments.
I mean, maybe people who had to like put them off for years because they couldn't get insurance coverage and finally can afford it, like. Oh, that's supposed to bend around there. Oh boy. This whole piece here is just wild. Every part of getting these 2 pieces to intersect like requires all of this stuff to line up that there was no way that you could have glued it in such a way that it was actually going to line up. Like
I feel excited for my
I've been set up to fail.
I'm watching.
I've been set up to fail, Cleo.
Yeah, you have. I was excited for my dental appointment, but that was because I was in extreme pain before the appointment. I mean, yeah, but mine was kind of like... Basically, hang on, let's see if I can describe this properly. This is my tooth from above. It comes around. I had a filling in the middle because I had, like, in my 20s, I had a toothache and a dentist decided to butcher my teeth for some reason. I'm not convinced it was as bad as he was saying it. And because it's such a large filling, part of the tooth had sort of fallen off. But I still had the filling in and it was fine. But the rest of it was cracking. So what they did is they took out that massive filling and then they used UV resin to, like, they put a layer in and then they used UV light to solidify it. So what it was doing, it was pulling the cracked pieces of teeth into it as it did. So they kept on, they built up my tooth in layers. So it would just sort of squidge together. So...
yeah, so basically I've got a bunch of pieces of this yard here that don't overlap. I'm going to have to come in with marker and, like, color, like, these tabs just aren't going to even touch.
Mm-hmm. Do you read Reddit? There was a question posted there and I quote, "Why is Cleo scary?" Cleo is scary because people do not understand sarcasm. I think is the main problem there. Cleo is not particularly scary. I think I talk a better game than and people just don't like to test it. I talk myself up a lot, and people don't often have experience with that. So it's kind of like people just like, "Oh, Cleo's scary." Why? If you were to ask people what Cleo has actually ever done, they probably don't have an answer to that. Cleo has said things that make her try and seem scary, but she's just very, very rarely, actually scary.
I mean, you did run an entire contest about decapitating people one time.
Yeah, but I didn't participate. I just ran it.
Yeah,
everybody
but, like,
else is
in
scary,
some ways,
me.
Isn't that sort of systematic violence worse?
I mean, yeah, but it's less scary. Thank you, Becca Ramble, for the biddies, and thank you, Dragon Hunter, for the biddies. I really appreciate that. You started a civil war and other people took the blame. Well, they shouldn't have put it in themselves to get started. I didn't continue the civil war. I mainly initiated it.
Oh, hey, looks like we got a... Well, somebody says to check my PayPal. Hey, we do have a tip that is available via manual refresh. Woo! Thank you very much for the 11 from Marcel, who says, "Cookie Halloween House." Woo! So that is going to put us 2 away from the next Face Gamer expansion. I'm not holding that up, am I? Yeah, 2 away from the next expansion.
Cookie Zombie Halloween House. Cookie Zombie Halloween House. Cookie Zombie Halloween House.
Cookie Zombie.
Okay. Cleo's scary because she's the chaos in the background. Pretty much. I don't actually do anything. I just encourage other people to do things.
The true darkness is waiting within our souls, and Cleo knows where to look.
I'm the sort of person that people go, "Oh, I wish I could do that." And that being evil. I mean, I did break Joe's legs in Hermitcraft Season 7. I mean, did I? Or did I just show Joe's legs their true nature?
Yeah, my legs arguably were basically already broken.
Yeah.
Cleo just... That's one of the things I think about a lot with my car. I'm like... my car is so old, it's like... I almost am afraid to assume that it'll continue to function. Like... Is it basically a dead car driving? And if so, am I better off selling it now while it still technically runs? And I can get, money for it.
Yes.
Okay, so...
I mean, technically, changing that sign did initiate the Civil War. But I argue that it merely escalated the problems inherent in the system. Geoloco resubscribe, says best vibing hermit, take my prime. I'm here. I'm vibing. I'm chill.
So the problem is, once I get this interlocked in a way that's meaningful, I then can no longer get the glue underneath. I don't think. This whole thing is just...
Was that breaking Joe's leg set up? No, I only had a spare pair of legs in my chest, labelled bionic legs, for no reason. We would never set you up, guys. Never. Are you going into politics or something here? Arguably, I'm already in politics. It's just that they don't understand it. Because I am very political in trying to get my way. Aimlock has resubscribed. Thank you very much. I don't... Is that a cat in a dress emoji? I like it. I like cat in a dress. Pinky promise.
Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm anticipating it will go poorly, but I'm putting the glue on here now, and then I'm going to try and hold this in place. And hopefully...
it was supposed to sparkle. There's supposed to be a sparkly there, and there's supposed to be a sparkly there. But you know what? We can't always get what we want.
If you try sometimes, you craft what you need. Okay.
Hey, Saturn Lights has resubscribed. Thank you very, very much. It's very appreciated.
Needs to be underneath there.
Oh no, lore and canon. Is it lore? I mean, did anybody genuinely think that Joe's legs broke on their own? Like Joe didn't know?
I thought that they broke on their own. I'm actually deeply disturbed that you had this whole thing
I mean,
set up.
In general, yes, you are, but, you know. It's a cat holding a heart. Oh, thank you. Ugh. Sparkly thread is the hardest to use. Yeah, I've got all my mum's sewing stuff to sort through and maybe start to sell. Bleh. Mind you of your evil eye of Sauron Tower, I found a sign in there saying, "Rip my legs."
I really thought that this was going to actually come together on some level, and it's
not going well, is it, Joe?
This is the worst part of this whole thing. Like, if these parts don't fit together right, nothing is going to fit together on the outside. It's going to be a problem.
I mean,
not like a real problem, but like it's kind of frustrating where it's like I spent like 6 weeks on this, and it's gonna look so blatantly poorly constructed. Like it's gonna look an order of magnitude worse constructed than I anticipated. And I thought it was gonna be pretty bad, but this is gonna look so terrible that it's almost like it wasn't worth doing, and that's a little bit obnoxious.
Yes, a little bit, but only a little bit.
Sorry, I know you're tired, Cleo.
It's okay. I'm just waiting for you to go so I can, like, run to the gym.
Oh no.
If I'm late to the Hermitcraft meeting, it's your fault.
I don't want to deal with that by myself. You know that.
I'm not gonna make you deal with it by yourself, but I am gonna turn up, and I'll try and be on time.
Okay.
But Joe, the real castle was the uwu we mastered. No, I can't uwu, my face hurts. What's so bad about the meeting, if I may say? There are certain times, particularly when updates come out, where we have to talk about what's going to happen, and you know, when we're taking breaks, and you know, things that are going to happen over the holidays, and we're coming up to that time of the year where this all sorts of comes to a head and we don't all agree on everything. And it just gets stressful sometimes. And we had a very stressful time choosing this last seed, and Joe has trauma. I didn't come. My trauma was of a different variety. So, admin is boring. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I also just need a sanity check sometimes, because it's like, I can't tell sometimes if I'm like, this sounds crazy to me, but like, am I the only one that's willing to say this sounds crazy? Like, I don't know. I will feel more comfortable with you there.
I will be there. I will be there.
Thank you, Cleo.
I will try my best to be on time, but I will definitely be there. It's stressful, even though, you know, we generally all get along and we're generally on the same page. Sometimes we're not.
Well, everybody wants what's best for the group and for the fans. And so it's not like anybody... That's part of what's stressful, too, is like if somebody has an idea and you're like, I'm not sure that's the best idea. It's like, you know they're well-intentioned, but you don't know, like, am I out of touch? Am I wrong? Am I overtired and I can't, you know, like... Or maybe that person just missed something and I need to speak up. It's... Am I going to write the numbers on the underside of the castle of the server? No.
Hypno sounds like he could be the voice of reason. Sometimes he is, yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, we all sort of take turns on going, hang on a second. You know? You're all friends, but people are people and not everyone agrees. That's true, Jojo. That's true. I mean, like... For example, picking new seeds and stuff. And
well, were you there at the last meeting?
Huh?
Were you there at the last meeting?
I think so.
Okay, sorry.
But if we, you know,
like we spent weeks picking the seed for the season,
and I was fortunately not there for any of it because I just went, I need to go, and I asked Joe for, I think what I asked was, can we get a flower forest? I think that's all I asked for.
Yeah, I spent 50 hours probably going through seeds. It was a lot.
And because I wasn't there, because, you know, I was going through my mum dying and that sort of stuff. Yeah. Joe took on all the responsibility for that. I mean, I feel really bad, actually.
No, don't feel bad, but just please show up in the future. Like, don't do it again. You had a great excuse that time, and the best way to show your appreciation is by never making me do that again.
Have Hermitcraft meetings become more complex over time compared to the other? Absolutely. Absolutely. More people, more problems, more storylines. It's a lot.
Hunter Colony says, Joe, were you the one to find the current seed? Not exactly. We had an algorithm that was found like, I don't know, 70 or 80 seeds that generally met our parameters. And then we had to go through them. And so, like, the algorithm could do things like detect whether or not a flower forest existed, or detect whether or not a jungle biome existed, or whatever. But it wouldn't necessarily do a good job of knowing if the biome was big enough, or in a good location, or pretty. So...
I mean, I'm currently, and Joe went and looked through all of them.
Yeah, I looked through every seed.
And I'll be honest, if I had realised what a task it was going to be, I would have probably gone, it's fine.
Well, and the thing is, though, too, I wasn't the only person going through every seed. There were...
Oh, no.
But, like, we were trying to, like, whittle it down enough that not every person had to go through every seed. So there were maybe 5 to 10 people who were going through every seed to try to, like, bookmark, like, hey, these are the 10 that everyone should try to go through, or something. So, like, the whole group picked the final seed. I didn't pick the seed, but I just helped to whittle down the list.
And I mean, we had issues of people going, we're picking this seed, and then like the next meeting was like, well, what about this? And then we had to keep on reopening the debate, and like,
yeah, we repicked the seed multiple times, which is not normally
like 3 different times, and it was a lot.
And I was like, it so done. The only reason I kept showing up was because Cleo asked me to make sure that it got done. Because otherwise, I would have dumped it on her. I would have been like, Cleo, take care of this. I'm done.
Well, my response would have been like, I no longer care, because I will get to that point and I'm like, this is not good for my mental health. I no longer care. And that's why I feel bad, because if you'd have come to me and said, I'd have said, just don't worry about it. Let them do what they want, you know? It is what it is.
Well, but I wasn't going to let you not get the seed you wanted. Like, because you're already dealing with all that other stuff. I don't know.
This is what friends do. This is why Joey's a good friend. But yeah. I think we're both sitting out of seed picking this time.
There is absolutely zero way to pull these in tighter, really, than that.
Do you choose the seed by where the hermits want to build, or do you choose the seed first and then decide what's to build? The first one, usually.
Kind of a mix of the two.
Yeah.
It's kind of, we set parameters for the seed searching software, and then we look at it and say, hey, where do people want to build? And if everybody wants to build in the same area, it's like, well, maybe that seed's not a good choice after all, because we'll be too close or whatever.
I think most of the hermits are at this point are just like, just pick a seed and I will play on it however you want me to. You know, it's just sort of like, we're not doing it again. So we might get a random seed this time. We don't know. You love them because they take the bullet for you, but you also hate them because they're dumb enough to take the bullet. Right? You know? That seems accurate, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, we've I mean, I think me and Joe are fairly chill about what we're after as people. But but we're not the only people that make choices, make decisions. Red Cypher has subscribed. Welcome to the Horde.
Well, I mean, I do think, though, on some level, too, one of the things that was frustrating for me was, like, coming out of this, like, supporting my ex through grad school thing. Like, I had constantly deferred any sort of things I wanted to do to accommodate her. And so, on some level, I'm like, if I don't start saying things like, I would like a flower forest, and then we're the only people in the whole server that don't get the thing that they requested from the seed, like, maybe I didn't learn anything from the divorce. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, to some degree, like, this is an exercise in me trying to, like, force myself to stand up for myself, and, like, maybe that's not healthy to do so in that group environment, but, like, I don't really have any other opportunities to assert myself.
Assert your dominance, Joe.
It's not even dominance, it's just saying, hey, if there's 25 people that request things and we're the only 2 that don't get our request, then that feels like maybe I'm still making the same mistakes I've been making. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. How you doing with the finishing, Joe? Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's... I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it any better. It's got these...
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, but there's these huge gaps here. And, like, this one doesn't even touch down here. These are supposed to align. So that's a problem. I guess I could print off, like, like tabs.
You got any coloring pencils?
Well, that's what I was originally thinking, but like in this case where it doesn't even touch, I should print off more paper with the pattern and just like build an extender, I guess. But I'm worried about is I'm gonna have to extend the outer wall too.
Yeah, you are.
Because like this is like a centimeter off on either side here, so the outer wall is not going to connect at that point. Aviva says, I think you should always stand up for yourself, group situation or not. Well, but, I mean, the part of being on a team or being someone's partner is that you don't always... You go into it knowing you're not going to get what you want 100% of the time. Like, and it's, you know, you like, can't never compromise. That's...
Sometimes you might just get what you need.
Yeah, I mean... I don't think it's realistic to go into any sort of joint project or something expecting that you'll get 100% of what you want. Like that's, you know, if I wanted to do something that was 100% mine, I could do a solo series that I burn to DVD and then, you know, deliver via the postal service and hope that they don't screw it up. But really,
okay.
Aviva says, "Not standing up for yourself doesn't mean not listening to others or accepting stuff. It means making sure you're heard and listened to." Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But basically, I have the flower forest was one of the hardest things to get right in the biomes. Of the for the search generator thing, because it would frequently dump them on tiny islands at the boundaries of the search radius, and it would be like a 4x6 meter flower biome. And if Cleo didn't look at it and I didn't look at it, nobody else was going to be responsible for verifying whether or not that was good. Toxic says, Joe, did you get my PayPal from a while ago? No, you said to check your PayPal, and I've manually refreshed it multiple times, and it did not show up. Are you sure that you actually sent it? Because I've got Hard Luck, Though Connor 2, Louisa, and Marcel, and nothing from you. So, I've gotten other people's... I think it's on your end.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to call it there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to work on this until it dries anyway, so let's go
Excellent. Perfect timing. Does TFC join these meetings? Generally not. He does sometimes. He just sits and listens most of the time.
Okay.
Right.
So...
It sounds like she's done. I'm everything hurts and I'm not okay.
Do you remember Slowpoke from Feed the Beast?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to raid him because he's doing Feed the Beast mod pack development.
Okay. I'm going to just head off, I think. Okay, so I will see you lot next time. Have a good chat. Have a good day. Thanks for coming out. It is appreciated. And if you want to go and watch Feed the Beast, go to Slowpoke.
It's Slowpoke 101 /
Slowpoke 101. There you go. But I'll see you lot later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging out, Cleo. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Make sure when you get over there you say, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills right here.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Cleo.
And I'm out.